We OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Yeah. Experts on reload. Yeah. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Rooms is coming. Everybody on a knot. Ayy. It's a nuisance. Ordinal Revolution. Ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro.
Run stuff.
Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the steel. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. Started Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ayy, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ayy, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What's up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today because we're live for another Ordinal hour, and it's going to be an amazing one, guys. It's Friday, right? It's Friday. Bitcoin's at 54,600. Nuke it. Send it down. Send it low, right? We got things to look forward to. We got Fractal on Monday. I think we're all kind of smiling at that point because we get something to do. We get something new to play with. So the prices of things aren't going to matter to us at this point because we are going to be changing our Uniset wallets to Fractal and playing a whole new game before anyone really pays attention. So the lower Bitcoin goes, the less people pay attention, the more opportunity we have to get into things really early, to get a sub 10K inscription, to get a Fractal Goosenal, which I'm going to be trying for, and everything that comes with that. I talked to Block. He's going to come on the show next week and teach you guys how to mint Fractal Goosenal. So if you're not really aware of doing that, tune in for that. And we'll probably do something for the members too. I'll probably mint mine on the member streams. If you are a member, look out for that. But if you're not, then that's fine too. We'll have Block on the show to kind of show you maybe on Tuesday. So Fractal comes out. It's saying Monday, but obviously they're overseas in Asia. So technically for us, that's Sunday night. So which is pretty cool. So I'll be up Sunday night. We watching football all day. Then I'll be at my computer at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 0 UTC. And I'm just gonna wait, right? I'm just gonna wait all night. Stay up all night and wait for Fractals because I want to get a sub, a sub 50, a sub 100 ordinal, whether if I gotta buy it or I have to inscribe it myself. I just want one. I don't even care what it costs. Doesn't matter. Before we get the show started, we have a very relaxed show today. Not a lot of banners. Me and Yagobi are really just going to just talk about what we think is going to happen and kind of go over all Fractal tweets and a lot of fun stuff. So, but we're going to need you guys' help today. Put some stuff in the comments. We really need comments today, guys. Comments. Let us know what you guys want to talk about. Let us know your opinion on Fractal. Let us opinion on everything. And I just got one more thing to say, a tiny little rant. So if you guys haven't seen the news with Larson from XRP and his endorsement or whatever, I'm not going to get into that because I don't want no strikes on YouTube. But XRP is a pitiful organization. Ripple is disgusting. If you own XRP, you're an absolute idiot because what XRP is doing with CBDCs, helping countries do CBDCs, and now supporting the party that has destroyed them for months and years at this point. It's just disgusting. These guys are just all about the money. They used XRP to start Ripple. They completely Ripple benefited only because they sold XRP. They created tokens and they dumped them on you guys. You're a bunch of idiots if you hold XRP. It is absolutely trash. Stop it. Knock it off. Don't watch our show if you hold XRP. Please don't not, because you are a disgusting person. And that's it. So if you love Bitcoin and XRP, it's a show for you guys. So without further ado, I think Yagobi's gonna have something to say about this. But without further ado, I'm bringing my partner here as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Did I go too hard there?
I mean, I think that sounds like it's been bubbling up for maybe like, I don't know, months, years. I don't know. No, I mean, there's definitely some reasons to, feel that way for sure.
You feel that way?
Yeah. I'm just kind of like, trying to, yes, obviously they are perfectly set up for that type of service and to collaborate with that type of mind of government, right? So for them, it's just kind of, but everybody knew that, right? That's kind of what they're set up for, right? So at the end of the day, people are going to decide with their mice, their mouses, and their money, right? So we're just in a space that's so innovative, and with Bitcoin, that it's completely the opposite of that, and I think that's probably what got you going.
Yeah, man. I seen that this morning, and I was just like, it's just disgusting. I obviously can't say it, but if you go to my Twitter, it's probably the last post I made. It's just, it's, I don't know, whatever. I don't want to get no strikes on the YouTube account until X is fully up, and then we won't care because we'll have X to kind of fall back on if needed. So,
well, don't tell them our plan.
I'm just saying, if you guys do give us strikes, YouTube, we're going to X full time. I'm just kidding. Let's kind of get into some stuff here. This is really the only thing I have that's not really ordinals today, but exactly 3 years ago, El Salvador became the first country in history to buy Bitcoin. My question to you is, who will be the second? Obviously, US and China and Germany, they all hold Bitcoin. But they stole it from their citizens, right? You can say what you want, they confiscated it, whatever, from the exchanges and stuff like that. But El Salvador was the first one to actually buy it and put it into their treasury. What do you think is the state? Maybe Venezuela, because their opposition now is saying that Bitcoin is a tool they're using to oppose their government. So I don't know.
I don't know about them. I would probably think it would be maybe Argentina before them.
Okay.
Malay is definitely more aligned in terms of I think vision as Bukele, right? And so maybe Argentina. There's a lot of different countries that can kind of follow that blueprint, right? It's kind of not the best time necessarily. I guess it could be because it's right before, a big leg up. But, El Salvador really took advantage of Bitcoin's, bear market. And I think that a lot of countries wish they did the same. It's almost kind of like a Michael Saylor thing, right? But for nation states, because Michael Saylor bet big on Bitcoin, and so did El Salvador when the time was right. And so we'll see if this becomes a trend. But yes, I definitely see some countries following that blueprint.
Yeah, I definitely see somewhere like Switzerland, which is like, they've always been crypto friendly. I mean, that's where Ethereum started. I think it was like Zurich, Switzerland, or something like that. That's kind of where you can still go to it's called like the ETH house. It's kind of where, all the ETH guys got together and they were spending their days there. Gavin Wool was writing code. Hawkinson was, blueprinting the launch and stuff. So it all happened in Switzerland, and Switzerland is the banking of the world, right? I think
the asset headquarters of the world, pretty much.
Yeah. So I think England and Switzerland have like the most amount of gold and stuff like that. So for them, I think Switzerland's an easy choice. Where I think next, well, that would be like the real big one. That would be like the one that blows everyone's mind, right? So, but I think that comes. I think it comes next year.
Yeah, definitely. We'll start to see more and more of that for sure.
All right. Let's kind of get into the Bitcoin fear and greed. It's bad. So last week was a 34. Yesterday was a 29. And I'm going to give you a hint. We're like 50% below that.
Wow. 19?
22. So not exactly 50, like 48%, but 22 today. And let me show my screen here. Yeah, okay, here we go. So 34 last week, 29 yesterday, and 22. Let's drop it to 5. I'm so bored with the sideways crap. I would love to go down to 30K, 40K. It doesn't bother me at all. You know what I mean? It doesn't affect me. at
like,
all.
give
It
me
doesn't affect
negative
you.
numbers. I want negative numbers on the fear
Seriously,
and greed.
it doesn't matter because we know what's about to come. If you are
But
scared, if you are worried, you just need to
but do you know?
zoom out.
But do you know? But do you know what the next move is?
The next
It
move.
doesn't matter what the next move is. I had to pull a rock out there because you guys saying it doesn't matter.
I thought you had a really good response. I was like, let's go. What is it? Tell me. Should I long? Should I long? Should I short? No, just kidding. Oh, yeah, man. But let's jump into that Bitcoin price action because that really is the news of the day, just downward spiral. And that's brought to you guys by BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be one of the leading leverage trading platforms over here on Bitcoin. They're going to be on multiple chains potentially. They're going to be really one of the top dogs. The reason why we really like them is because of the trading competition. It's going to be a way for us to kind of practice because it's going to be on testnet. It's going to be paper trading. It's going to be a fun little competition, and we want you guys to participate, even if you don't learn, even if like you're not. I'm not a leverage guy. Just still participate because potentially you might get some points. We don't really know that yet, but there's always usually something if you play on testnet. So you are kind of airdrop hunting if there is an airdrop. It's like I said before, no guarantee, but it's always that possibility, and you should always be ready for that. And on top of that, you're also going to be hanging with us. It'll be fun, and it's kind of jump into some paper trading. I'm going to do 100x on Mr. Yen. My first trade. But it's going to be fun, exciting. Check out bitperp.io. They're not up and running yet, but they will be soon.
Yeah, exactly, guys. And another thing that gets me bullish on that team is that their network. They're really, really connected very well.
Yeah.
I think they're doing a Telegram thing actually right now. But anyhow, guys, if you are on the YouTube side, smash that like for us. It helps us out a ton. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. On the X side, guys, please share the space for us. It helps us a ton. You guys have always supported us, and we're so thankful for that. But let's get into this Bitcoin price action, which I was wrong this week, guys. I thought we were going to head up to 61,000, and we have lost that. So new, game plan, I guess you could say. So let's take a look here on the hour chart. We're obviously seeing a bleed out happen right before our eyes. We're at 54,600. There is a liquidity pocket at 51.5, I believe, that a lot of people are saying is a magnet right now. You can see the MACD on the hour chart is showing, pretty strong sell pressure here. Stochastic RSI hasn't even gotten to oversold yet. So I expect for this bleed out to be pretty strong. Honestly, we could get to that $51,000 mark. We could, over the weekend. I don't see that happening today. 3,001 days, pretty significant, but possibly over the weekend, right? And Shizzy and I were talking about how, just get it out of the way, right? Let's get that out of the way. And I'm going to go over something with you guys here in a second after the 8-hour chart to kind of give you guys maybe a zoomed out perception here of, hey, let's relax a little bit, even though Bitcoin is bleeding. So my expectation is for the rest of today and this weekend to really be either like a continuous bleed down, getting to possibly that $51,000 mark, right? But obviously do your research, do your, what you do for your charting and everything like that. This is just to kind of bring you in, a zoomed out perspective a bit. And then the 8-hour chart, which is like a week forecast here. We look like we were coming out of that. We briefly did. We had like 2-3 small tiny green candles, and it went straight back to bloody. So this is starting to build up momentum here. So, probably the next week it's going to have this continuation of a bleed out, right? We'll see. News can change things. People could turn more bullish because we're getting closer to rate cuts. We shall see. But the one thing I want to show you guys, the zoomed out perspective, is this is September of 2020. So this was the halving year of the last cycle. And you can see it's almost like to a T. We're like about 3 days ahead of this timeline of when it dumped before it started that big leg up. Now, we know that history doesn't repeat exactly, but, it rhymes. So we are 3 days ahead of this, and this could be that final leg down before we trend up, which is what happened here, right? And so you can see it started to really build momentum after this last big leg down, and then that's really kind of that start into the holiday season. So, just focus on the things that you guys can control, which is, researching projects in the Bitcoin ecosystem, and not necessarily like, willy-nilly wild west pulling triggers to buy things left and right, but be prepared because this could be this final leg down. could be. There could be another one, but we're getting closer to where there's going to be a last one before the leg up. So.
Yeah, and I think data is something big, right? So on next Wednesday and Thursday, we got CPI and PPI. These are huge. Jobs numbers came in today as expected, so there's nothing really with that. People are thinking now that he's going to drop at 0.5, and what that's going to do, that's going to set off an alarm saying, it's time to start selling bonds. And I think that'll be, next week. Next week with that, and then you got the 18th will be Jerome speaking. And the thing is, too, is like I said it yesterday, but we're paying $3 billion in debt, the United States government every single day. $3 billion in interest payments every single day. Like that. But think about if you cut that 0.5, that goes down to like 2.7. Billion, right? So, and you cut another 0.5, that goes down to 2. Like they can save $1 billion a day, $365 billion a year by just getting it down to 4. Yeah. Right. So that's a big difference.
Well, and another thing that you hit on a lot with the rate cutting too, outside of that, is that some entities that want to get a little risky possibly for this Bitcoin bull run, they're willing to take a little bit more capital out, right? Because the interest rate drop right now. I know we're just talking about 50 basis points, but at the same time, that could be huge if you're talking about like large amounts of capital, which is what they would be dealing with, right? So we're going to kind of see how it will maybe like ignite like a bump in the economy, right? In terms of like these large entities taking out capital. So, I mean, it could directly positively benefit our ecosystem. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it's going to send risk on. And you have to remember too. So the S&P, it's only been the top 5 or 6 stocks. Like the other stocks in the S&P 500 and all these mid cap stocks, they've been hit hard. No one talks about that. They only see, we're at a record high. Yeah, but we're at a record high, but some of the stocks are at lows.
And who benefits the most off of the S&Ps up? Right?
BlackRock.
Yes, exactly.
Right? They own 70%
of everything. so like, it's kind of like it's like a false narrative, kind of in the sense of like our economy is doing good because of all these big stocks doing well. Well, no, it's just a select handful, right?
It's just the top 6,
So basically, the rich is staying rich, and everybody else is getting hurt.
And what's going to happen with that is money's going to come out of these big stocks, right? They're going to sit, they're going to go up another 2-3%, but that's fine for the big guys. But a lot of that 2-3% is going to pour into the other stocks, and it's going to create this risk on effect that's going to take crypto with it. So if you're here and you don't really realize that we need like low cap stocks to do really well to get crypto to be risk on, then that's what we're waiting for right now. We're waiting for risk on, and it's coming. It is coming. I promise you. It's going to get very risky soon, and we're going to be beneficial of that because we are in the riskiest stuff ever created, being a derivative of Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin being the safest asset in the world, in my opinion, but being in something like Fractal or something like Ordinals or Runes, for that matter, is very, very risk on. So, and I think we're going to benefit from that. So, yeah, for now, exactly. Let's jump into the my favorite part of the show, the roll call here.
Let's get it.
Number 1, Tim Baker, AOD Art. Shout out to you, my friend. He said, first from Azores. You, sir, are the man. Thank you so much for always. No.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
It's all good. Thank you so much for being here, man. So what you're saying is the X comments, they jump up for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but he wasn't first. And then the first X comment, I guess we get into. Can you find me a link to buy a Bitminer? Got excited and no, I can't find a link. All you have to do is go to Foxy's Twitter, Foxy Official. I actually have it right here. I can actually show you. So I don't want to put a link in here because it's whatever. Just go to Foxy here, Fox at Foxy Official, FOXXI Official, and then it's right here. It's pre-sale. I actually bought one this morning as well. They're like $75, so check that out there. It's actually like 73 because Bitcoin price dropped because it's a set amount of Bitcoin. So you actually get $2 off there. But yeah, that's how you do it. It's real simple, real easy. But yeah, back to Tim Baker. He says, can't keep me away. Shout out to you, my friend. You win today. You were number 1. It is your day, my friend. And then Reziak in that 2 spot. Shout out to him. You're killing it, Reziak, man. Appreciate you being part of this community. Crypto Sovereign. He says, crypto sovereignty. Yes, I agree. Said BitFi is the path to Valhalla. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you for being here, man. I think it's my first time seeing your name. Thank you so much for joining us today and commenting and being part of the roll call, because that's important. Chief Axel's here. Mike's World is here. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo. He loves me and I love you. Shout out to Mr. Hanky here. PJNZ is here. My man Lackey Lukey here every day with a Billy Cat. We got some news for you, Billy Cat guys.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait to show you guys. We're actually allowed to show some behind the scenes stuff from Fluid. So look out for that. Pay attention. I Walk Alone is here, says GM fam. I finally made roll call again. Been in an epoch battle with real life and I'm winning. Let's effing go. Smash that like and share. Let's all be rich. Yes. Shout out to I Walk Alone, man. One of our strongest community members. We appreciate you, my friend, and thank you for always being here. And if you can't make it, we understand, man. But we thank you for the days you can. Webdro is here. He said, like smashed. Keep up the battle. Let's all win this ride. Hell yeah, bro. I agree. Glass Hopper, my man. We were on the battlefield together. I love this guy.
That was fun, man. The positivity this morning. I love it, guys. Keep it up.
Yeah, man. And we got the brothers. We got Ordinal Chips as we are ready, and then Ordinal Tweets is love and peace. The brothers right there. Shout out to these guys. Then we got my man Yasher, my guy, one of our mods. We appreciate you so much, Yasher. Just want to tell you that each and every day, man. Thank you for always helping us out and being here. Dream Baked is here. Fluid Friday or Friday. It's a Fluid Friday in here today.
Always a Fluid Friday.
It's gonna be fun. Joko is here. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy to be a proud owner of a Foxy Bit Miner. Thanks for your help yesterday. Shout out to Joko, man. Yeah, man. Curious what I want to start mining, so that's pretty cool. No is in the building. Shout out to you, my friend. Patty Poo, the Bitcoin machine. He said it's raining FB. Yes, can't wait to get into that a little later. Chain Watchers here. Dreambake says, anyone else having issues with Pizza Swap? Yeah, Pizza Swap's been down for maintenance. I wouldn't really worry about it right now. They're getting it ready for mainnet, so just deal with them for a little longer. Either swap is a fail so far. Well, it's a modular swap, right? Like we'll get into that. Sorry, I'm like he said, "Happy birthday, Yasher! Happy birthday, Yasher! Happy birthday, my friend!
Come
Let's
on,
go, bro!" And now Yagobi's gonna sing you his famous happy birthday song.
Yeah, later though. I need to warm up my voice. I need to get my honey and lemon.
AC man, he said I can find a way to buy a Bitminer. I thought there's like, yes, just got a Foxy official, guys. It's right there. You can't miss it. I showed you already, but this will come out probably before I said something. So, but Yasher goes, thanks, Tim. Tim Baker's the man. Letting us know it's Yasher's birthday. Bronze candidate, another new person today. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here and participating in roll call. Almost done is here. He is almost done 71. Shout out to you, my friend. Join the Discord link as well. Art B, we got a lot of new guys here. XRP is a banker's coin. Yes, I love that comment. Shout out to Art B. Thank you again for being here, my friend. Rick G is in the building. Long live in the BRC20s. Yes, I'm getting one of those FBRC20s next week, probably next Friday. I'm looking forward to that. But screw your BRC20s. I want the FBRC20s. I'm going to emphasize the F because that is important. Choda is here. Let's see. Nelson Ortiz. So you guys are the Motley Crew. Thank you so much for your input. So many new people today. Thank you guys for chiming in on a Friday. Yo, thank you so much for making roll call, Nelson. Appreciate you, my friend. Sixes is here. Mr. Sheedy, first time, long time. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, shout out, Mr. Sheedy. Almost late. What's up, guys? We appreciate you, Mr. Sheedy, man. Everything you do for the community and Bitmap. Patty Poo, happy birthday, Yasher. And Patty Poo says, God bless you. Shout out to you guys, man. Patty Poo, we will have the machines on next Wednesday. Not having them on yesterday was my fault. Foxy's game kind of messed that up. And I didn't want to put BTC machines on the same day as Foxy. It just wouldn't have been fair to either or. So they will be on next Wednesday at 11:30 Eastern time. So check that out.
Yep.
And that is the roll call.
Locked in, right?
Yeah, I'm not changing it unless they.
We're making it happen, Captain. So.
Yeah, man. All right. So I want to get into this really quickly because I think this is really important. It's just basically ordinal stuff. So yesterday, or it might have been the day before, I read the Raktoshi tweet, and then Casey came out today, and he actually came out yesterday.
We knew it was going to happen, right?
And so I just want to kind of just read, I think it's only fair because we did read the Raktoshi stuff that we kind of go back and read Casey stuff. So Casey says, since there has been some tweets, I thought it would be useful to write a post about how Ordinals came to be and who was involved. He says, I was personal friends with Raktoshi long before Ordinals, and he did hang out in the Discord in the early days with me and Raph. However, he is not the reason I started working on Bitcoin NFTs, which is not a novel idea. Not the reason I put content in Bitcoin script. And he did not contribute any meaningful ideas. He is also did not contribute to my code because he cannot code at all. And his PR in the Ord repo is a typo fix. Raktoshi was, what is it?
Pull request PR. I just wanted to give it clarification.
Okay.
For the,
I got you.
The audience. Sorry.
Good call. No problem. Raktoshi was one of the 4 co-founders of Ordinal Corporation, an ill-conceived startup I formed in February 2023 and dissolved less than 3 months later. The company was conceived of and created after the protocol had already been developed, launched, and became successful. It had nothing to do with this protocol, and we created mainly because the vague notion that forming a startup was what one did in that circumstance. Soon after Ord Corp, I actually like the name Ord Corp, but
it's no longer.
It became clear that Raktoshi could not be relied on or trusted. I told him that I no longer wished to work with him, but he continued to be unreasonable. With the unhinged demand to be paid $5 million in exchange for equity in the company. Equity, which I should mention, did not exist since no one had been issued and was a completely worthless and dysfunctional entity. Even after we finally settled on the dissolution of the salvation of Ordinals Corporation, he kept up steady pace of emailing me threats, demands, insults, and emotional appeals for months. There are many people in the ecosystem who have dealt with Raktoshi, and every single one I've talked to had a similar sagas of being threatened, lied to, and manipulated and cheated. So that's it. One last thing to Raktoshi.
Because I'm sure
No. I was just reading the highlights of it, and I think that's what he posted on Twitter. But yeah, so yesterday we read Raktoshi's thing. Today we read Casey's. What is your opinion on this, or you just don't care?
I mean, this is the new telenovela segment of Ordinal Revolution where all the drama comes out. No, I mean, honestly, like, I don't care. Like, who gives a shit? Like, at this point, right? Like, I mean, look, Ordinals is here. Raktoshi had the node monks, whatever. He still has it as PFP. He's not going anywhere, right? And Casey created Ordinals. Like, that's what I've always thought, and that's what I'll still always think in my mind. Was there some other stuff that happened behind the scenes? Probably, but I don't care. How does that affect me? It doesn't affect me. You know what I mean?
I hate the notion of creating Ordinals because I don't think Ordinals was created. I think Ordinals was found. Right. I think that it was always possible to do this. Casey just uncovered it. Right. So I think Casey as the founder of Ordinals is fair, but saying he created Ordinals, I don't think is fair. I think he found it. Right. And you could say found, created, same thing, but I think there's a difference.
No.
And Rakto,
I disagree there because, like, you have to create a system. Like, he created the Satoshi accounting system. That wasn't.
I think he found it.
No, he created it. Like, he had to create the concept. I mean, if you think, like,
it was always there. The system was always there. He just found it.
I mean, that's anything. Like, time.
Well, I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so Benjamin Franklin didn't create electricity, right?
No, he didn't. He found it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Like, does he get credit?
He's not the creator of electricity. He's the founder of electricity.
Does he get created? Does he get credit for it all the time?
No, he discovered it. Like, he found it. It was always there. He just put it on paper. And I think that's the difference. Benjamin Franklin didn't create lightning. He found it. And I think that's the big difference.
Would you say that Sony, the engineer behind the PlayStation, created the PlayStation, or was it always there?
Well, it's different because the PlayStation was it was hardware. So, like, I think Apple created the iPhone. You know what I mean? I think hardware is different than software. I think software stuff was already kind of there, and it's just one's
tangible and one's not. That's it. Like, you still have to think of the framework and create the system. Like, for example, like, someone could, like, that's not easy, first of all, because you have to figure out, like, what exists to your.
I'm not saying it's
what's available to you, and then you have to bring multiple things together to make a system. So I think that's. I think it's creating a system is a real thing.
Sony created the PlayStation, but they just helped found like virtual reality, technically, like the games and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I think Casey created the Ord. No, Casey created the Ord node, right? That's the creation. But actually,
No, the
NFTs
creation
on
is
Bitcoin.
the process of using an accounting system to order Satoshis from the very first Satoshi to the very last one. That was never used. That was never even thought of before he created that, and that allowed for the ordinal like concept to come up, because you could track where these JPEGs were living, where they were going, what's related to them in terms of dates, timestamps, all these things. Like, it's such a robust
It was
system.
already there though, and he
No,
just
it wasn't. It wasn't there before. It wasn't there. I mean, like,
it was always there. The first Satoshi was always known. You just had to look up on the blockchain.
so the West Coast offense, like from what was his name, Steve Walsh, that was always there.
Technically, yeah, you could always do it. But it was always possible. Is my point. Yeah. It was possible from beginning of time. So day one of Bitcoin, that was possible. Someone just had to find it. Like that's just my point.
Well, here's a good point from one of the audience. They said Dream Bake says you definitely don't find software, you make it. Yeah, you have to. I mean, it's like, you know what I mean? Like but
you just misunderstood. That's not my point, though. I'm saying some software, yes, you do create it, but some software was created by Satoshi, that he used Satoshi software to find something that inside of it. That's just my point. He didn't create Bitcoin.
But the Ord indexer was never a part of Satoshi.
So the Ord indexer, yeah, I think that's different. But NFTs on Bitcoin is so my point. You're just kind of, I'm not saying, Casey found the Ord protocol, right? That's a protocol. He created that. But I'm just saying NFTs on Bitcoin was founded. It was.
But that's separate from Ordinals, because they're totally different. One's inscribing in a totally different area, and it's a totally different approach. So, I mean,
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just saying I just feel like Casey found a way to put NFTs on Bitcoin.
He found a way to create the Ordinal system.
Yes,
he found a way to create the Ordinal system. I think that's fair.
No, it's not. All right. We'll move along here. But my point was that Raktoshi, I think that he should be considered a founder of NFTs on Bitcoin. One of the founders, right? Not the founder, but he was a part of that team that was there early days, who kind of gave his opinion on things. And I feel like that he should be identified. I'm glad he came out and said that, because I think he should be identified as
NFTs on Bitcoins was way before any of these guys, like Counterparty and all that stuff.
I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, like, he's been
you think
the system that we have today.
Credit? You think he deserves credit?
The system we have today, I think he deserves credit for. And you can say, like, oh yeah, let's just say, like, the 17th signer on the Declaration of Independence, he didn't do anything, but he was there when it happened. And I think that's kind of my point with that. Like, Raktoshi should be credited with at least being a part of that.
Well, I mean, from the information that we have been given, right? Because we don't know what really happened behind the scenes. All we know is this word versus this word. But I mean, I think it's interesting. It's perfect time for this drama to come up, honestly, because it was like kind of dry in our space. So how about the reaction from the space? Like, you had everybody in their mama said, I was originally the co-founder of blah, blah, blah. And I never told anybody. I was originally the co-founder of Goosenos, but I never told anybody. It was hilarious. I mean, you had Randy from the Ordinals wallet. You had Ron from the Goosenos. You had everybody doing it. And I was like about to do it, but I was like, but wait, we are co-founders each, of Ordinal Revolution. So really
All right. Let's get into what you guys want to watch for. Let's get into the Fractal stuff. So Fractal Bitcoin tweeted, we are pumped about the excitement around Fractal growth. While we are excited to push forward, we want to remind everyone to do your own research. So that was kind of like their big tweet. Let me bring up their Twitter, because they tweeted a lot, and I kind of just want to walk through it, and I'll get your opinion on it as we go as well. So this is one of the first tweets that really started it all off. Fractal Festival, Mainnet Festival. They're going to be doing spaces and stuff like that, and they gave out a little bit of a hint. So September 5th was a heart, and basically, I guess September 8th will be mining. I guess the mining might go live or something like that. So they're giving you kind of a hint here on what they're doing. And then they posted this their next tweet. This is what I was referring to. Everyone to do your own research. Make sure you are fully understand the project before engaging. Let us keep something awesome together. And they gave us this paper, this thing. I think it's control, right?
Shout out to the Goosenals, man. They're super like highlighted in this fractal
They are
already, man. It's going to bring more value to the native Bitcoin collection, but this one will do well too, in my opinion.
Yeah, so they have the NFTs, and there's tons of them, but I think the Fractal Goosenals will be number one. I think I'm trying to get a sub 100 Fractal Goose. I think that's my main goal of Sunday.
Yeah. You know what could happen here? You remember when puppets like came out of nowhere and they just started popping up and floor price, right? Community got huge and all this stuff, but it never surpassed the Opium floor price because it couldn't. It wouldn't make sense to do that, right? Opiums were, I think, like 300,000 inscription number. Puppets were really high, but that's something that like the puppets actually pushed up the floor price of Opium because Opium was kind of like stagnant for a while. That could happen here. The Goosenals could really catch traction, and then let's say the floor price jumps up pretty quick. Like let's say it gets to a couple $100, like right off the bat, right? And now you're starting to contest with the original collection on Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
What will happen, in my opinion, is you'll start to see people kind of see that distinction, and that original collection will pump up, you know, and this could actually create like competition with Goosenals and some of these higher tier projects and kind of put it back to where it was last fall when it was actually competing with some of these higher tier projects. So this could be a really, successful overall launch for the Goosenal ecosystem. I know I kind of got deep into that, but I think that's really interesting, you know?
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. I think that I'm actually more bullish on Fractal Goosenals than I am on Goosenals because Fractal Goosenals, obviously, they both have the same artists. They both have the same way of doing it. It's going to be a fair mint. You're going to there's no benefits to you whatsoever. I was talking to Block about that. He basically said free mint, no, we can do. We're not waitlisting nobody. Just everyone has the same opportunity. But they're going to mint some stuff and going to give it to Goosenal holders. So they are going to do some stuff. That team's going to do some stuff for the Goosenal holders. So that's pretty cool. But it won't be a part of this 10K collection. But so the reason why I'm more bullish on the Fractal Goosenals is because potentially I could have a sub 100. A sub 1,000, right? I'm not bullish on the entire 10K, but there's going to be some in there that are going to be like grails, like holy grails, like sub 1,000, sub 500, sub 100, sub 10 potentially, if you can really get that. So to me, I think Fractal Goosenals are going to be, I think they're going to be cherished, but you got to remember too, it's going to be dirt cheap to mint them. So you're going to be paying a quarter, 50 cents. Gas prices get high, maybe $10, maybe $20, right? So that's going to be insane too to see kind of what happens in the early days of Fractal Goosenals. But I want to get as many Fractal Goosenals as I possibly can because I think that if we can get them sub 100K, they're going to be special. The whole collection sub 100K, that'd be huge.
Yeah, no, I agree. But the one thing I will say is that, yes, they will do well here, but I do think like longer term it's going to help the original collection. Now, in terms of bullishness, yeah, because you could probably have more X's here because like you said, you can get 100%. Cheaper and stuff like that. But anything else that you wanted to kind of touch on with this ecosystem infographic?
Yeah, so real quick is like, so let's just say getting a sub 100K Goosenal is going to be tough because you have all these projects and they all are going to want to be sub 100K. Right, I think that's a goal of every single one of them.
I think a lot of them will be able to do it, you know, because like there's not a ton of people that are doing stuff. I mean, there will be, but I think they'll still have like you're talking about 100,000, right? I think that it's going to be shorter timeline than Bitcoin because it's way faster over here. But I still think you have enough. You have a couple days, a week, maybe, right, to do that. But we'll see.
I don't think so. I see 1 million inscriptions by Wednesday.
Yeah.
You got to remember 30-second blocks.
True. That's true. I mean,
you know what I mean?
A lot faster. It is a lot faster. And honestly, to be honest with you, I think like that's going to be the meta. It's going to be a couple of these meme coins that might come out with the BRC20 style.
Yeah.
But it's going to be really the collections because people are going to want to wait till they have like the swaps with the smart contracts. And from what we're hearing, that's probably going to be late September, early October when that's going to be available.
Yeah.
So I mean, who really wants to mint a bunch of fungible tokens the way we used to do it? That will probably have some hype, but I think that the collections will be what people are shooting for, the early numbers.
It really depends if China gets involved. If China gets
True.
involved the way they got involved with BRC20s, and that's something I'm going to be paying attention to. If China gets involved early, because you remember they didn't get involved in BRC20s too early. Last September, I don't remember really seeing many Chinese posts about BRC20s, but in November and October, I couldn't stop seeing. Right.
Yeah.
So I think it was probably, obviously there's probably some that made them out super well, maybe couple hundred, but like the majority of the money that came in for the volume was from China. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? So
yeah,
if they get involved again, and they're momentum traders, they're not stupid, they're not dumb. The 6-digit tickers aren't going to bother them. They're going to understand how to do everything. They've done this all before. It's the same exact thing. Transfer inscription, all that bullshit. It's going to be the exact same protocol FBRC20 and BRC20. So they're already going to have that experience. But they're momentum traders. If the momentum's not there, then BRC20, the FBRC20 aren't going to do too good. But it gives us opportunity because we know that it's going to do well eventually. So getting that opportunity to kind of get some cool ones, because we saw Honk, it was, inscribed. I mean, let's just say July of last year, but it actually didn't actually get minted out until November. So we might actually see some stuff like that as well.
Possibly. But there's a couple other things I want to cover with Fractal. Yeah. The first one is the merge mining. So our guy CB Spears, let me zoom in here. Shout out to CB Spears. We met him in Nashville. Really cool guy. Suggest following him. He says, with Ant Pool official plus F2 Pool official and Spider Pool all committing to offer merge mining at Fractal Bitcoin, that puts the total potential hash rate close to 50% of the Bitcoin network.
Wow.
This is just for merge mining BTC Fractal, not necessarily fractal mining. So this is merge mining. So they're not they're not officially saying we're going to be involved with fractal mining. We're going to, offer the merge mining kind of service, I guess, for maybe some of these pools, right? So the fact that they're even like supporting fractal to me is bullish, because these are miners, right? So they pounce on opportunities, and they see this one as a possible opportunity, right? So it's a little bit of an experiment. But if Fractal can get similar support to what Bitcoin gets in terms of miners, which obviously that's not going to happen in a day or a week or even a month. That's going to take some time. But these are some big names. Antpool's huge, So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's massive. I mean, to get 50% of the Bitcoin hash rate, that's absolutely crazy. Right? So these Fractal tokens, you got to remember what the miners are going to do with these tokens. They're going to mine them and they're going to dump them.
Yeah, so he doesn't have confirmation that it is a part of the fractal mining part, but they are getting involved in like offering, like, I guess, pools of miners to jump into theirs for the Bitcoin merge mining side, like the Bitcoin side. But like if they're watching from a distance and they're seeing that this is becoming more and more popular, I don't see why they wouldn't get involved with it. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Do you think these miners are going to hold on to FB like they hold on to Bitcoin?
No,
because I don't. I think they're really going to.
Yeah, I don't think they're earning it though. They're not going to earn it. They're more trying to provide, like a pool for like shared, people that are going to try to earn more Bitcoin using the merge mining. I believe that's what they're trying to do here. Maybe I'm wrong about that. If they are earning some FB token, then yeah, I agree with you. I think that they would just probably dump that, pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be earning the FB token because they're going to see an opportunity, especially just using a little bit. Let's just say 5% of the hash power goes to FB, and they're able to make. Let's just say FB starting at $10, right? I think it gets to $100 in a week because I think people are going to come in and start buying it. Just because there's not going to be a lot of it available. It's going to be supply and demand. And as I think it gets to $100, but then I think it dribbles back down to about $30 or $40, $10 maybe again. But once the miners come online and they start just racking in the dough and because everyone's going to want it. Why? Because you want to inscribe into Bitcoin. And where's that or you inscribe it in the Fractal Bitcoin? Where's the FB going? It's going back to the miners, and then you're buying it from them again. And it goes back to the miners, and you're buying it from them again. So I think they're going to see constant income. That they're going to be able to, one, either keep the FB or keep selling it and turn that into USDT or turn it in the real Bitcoin, right? And then hold and hodl that. So you're definitely going to see a constant Supply, demand, supply, demand, supply, demand. Yeah, but there's gonna be a lot of buying pressure as well because we need FB to inscribe.
Yeah.
And 1 million inscriptions, it's a lot of FB.
Yep. We'll see. But this is the last part of Fractal that I want to show our audience here, guys. So Fractal announced that they are going to be doing a kind of a kickback, right? So if you had messed with the swap, there's you get an airdrop or a claim, I believe, of the FB token. There's different qualifications here, but if you go to the Fractal Bitcoin.io and Bootstrap program, we'll put the link in our show notes, but you can go to select either the Unisat wallet or the OKX wallet, and you just go to check now, and then it's going to take you to the Bootstrap page. And basically, you see all these eligibility check qualifications, right? So it says addresses that meet, let me zoom in so people can read here. It says addresses that meet any of the following, and it says hold Unisat OG pass. So if you have the OG pass, it says hold the Prime Pass, have interacted early with the BRC20 swap module on Bitcoin mainnet, so the main one. And it says hold balances on both Bitcoin mainnet and Fractal testnet in Unisat wallet. And you'll get 10 FB tokens, I believe, per that you qualify here. The next qualification is a little bit different tier, and it says within the last 90 days, addresses that have made purchases exceeding 0.001 Bitcoin on Unisat's marketplace. You get 5 FB tokens for that. And then it says ranked among the top 5,000 on Unisat marketplace, and you get 15 FB tokens for that. Last one is within the last 90 days, addresses that one have earned more than 10 Unisat points, and then ranked among the top 5,000 earners of Unisat points. You get 15 for that. So it isn't like a huge airdrop or claim like pizza was, because I felt like that was really generous. But who knows, depending on what the FB token value is going to be, because a lot of people are calling that $10 kind of right now. So,
yeah. And I think what they're going to do is I think they're going to obviously give everyone who tested and stuff now, but I think there's another airdrop later. And why I think that is because I think they're going to want as many holders as possible. And I feel like once everything calms down and there isn't like a lot going on, what are they going to do? They're going to pump the ecosystem of FB, which is going to allow you to mint and stuff like that. So I feel like they're going to want to get as many holders as they possibly can. And I think pizza was kind of just like a test for. I mean, obviously they want pizza to do really well and stuff like that, but it was a gift to the ecosystem because you got to remember, like everyone says, yeah, pizza they made millions of dollars. It cost them millions of dollars, but Unisat made millions of dollars in inscribing fees alone, right? Millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah,
I mean, off me alone, they probably got like fucking 10, 20K, right? So.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much they were making. They were making the most during that period of the BRC20 craze up until probably. I mean, they were still making the most in profit wise because OKX didn't even charge platform fees, which is wild. But that actually kind of put a dent in Unisat's business model a little bit because it made people use OKX, right? But you're right in terms of that. Now, also they have funding, so I'm sure they already had that money, but it's still like it was millions of dollars, but. When you look at something like Arbitrum's airdrop, they spent like probably $50, $100 million for that or something crazy. I don't know how much it was, but so you're right. I think that they have probably room for another one. Plus, this is a little bit of a joint venture too, because Fractal was a separate entity before Unisat partnered with them, right? So we'll see what the approach is here.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities in Fractal. I think using the system early is going to be big. I think you will get some airdrop, and that's the thing too is like you'll probably get an FB airdrop, but who else is going to airdrop people doing stuff, right? If you wanted to get a token fully token out and this airdrop at the people, you can do that, right? Yeah, you can do it with the 5-digit. So you might see things like that happening because why? It's so cheap to do it. Bitcoin, it's not. But on Fractal, you might see someone mint out the entire supply of a cool ticker and just airdrop it to all the users because that might cost them $20 to do so. It's going to be so cheap, so quick, so fast. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be. I think there's a lot of money to be made, and I think that everyone should at least be paying attention.
Yeah. All right. So I think that covered all the Fractal stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of people that are excited about it. We are as well. There's some people that have been throwing some shade at it as well, but that happens with everything that's new,
Yeah.
you know, especially right now. If this was like fast forwarded 2 months, I think you would hardly hear any like FUD on it. Everybody'd be happy.
I think, I mean, you gotta remember what happened with Merlin, right? Everyone, you know, made a bunch of money with that and then bitched and complained they couldn't get their orders out. And you might see something similar happen here. I mean, people are still yelling and crying they can't get their BRC20s out of the module swap. So saying this is, I think Fractal does get some hate in a few months, but everyone's going to make their money again, like they did with Merlin, and then bitch about it later.
I actually think the opposite. I think because the environment in 2 months, we're talking about November. I don't think it.
Yeah.
I think it's like the perfect time for them to launch right now. You know, so they actually timed this perfectly, and because if anything, they'll probably get some hate in the beginning, but in 2 months, if node monks are back to like 0.5, 0.8 or something, people aren't going to be complaining that much, you know, because everybody's making money.
Yeah, 100%. All right, we're gonna jump to next. We have a few other things on the docket here.
Let's see where we are.
I'm gonna put a poll up. I'm gonna say, will you be participating in Fractal?
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about this. This is the Ordinal Summit Singapore in 2024. Just want to put this on y'all's radar. If you are thinking about attending, if you're located in Asia or that area, it is the 17th of September. There's going to be a lot of good speakers there. Casey Rodimer is going to be there. Aaron, of course, because he's never anywhere without her. Raph is going to be there. You got Bitmap Tech. These are all speakers. Let me share my screen here. Trevor is going to be there. Jan, of course, Nakib is the main host. We actually had Shaf from Oviedo on for an interview yesterday, so we'll release that video this Saturday. You got Robin from Liquidian, Bruff Star from Ordinals Bot, and Mr. J so far that are speakers there. So it should be a pretty cool event. I think it's going to be, you know, a fun one. All the inscribing events are, you know, I know there's one coming up in Amsterdam as well, but we'll try to. I'm going to try to post like an events link on the branding account or my account for X account. So if you are attending this, you'll know which events to sign up for the side events and stuff like that. But 17th of September, you can grab your tickets here. You just click here, and then it'll take you to the ticket selection that you want. But yeah, should be fun, guys.
Yeah, man.
I'll be there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's going to be insane. I think we're going to get a lot of alpha from that event. It's called Coin 98 is the first couple days, and then the Singapore event is the back end.
No, it's the opposite. So no, Coin 98 is that centralized exchange. So
sorry.
It is Ordinal Summit the 17th, and then Token 2049.
Token
I think it starts on the 19th or 20th. I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna skip that, and I'm just gonna go to the Ordinal Summit.
Great comment here on Bitmap News is GM Gents. Just FYI, my 4-year-old sings the Ordinal song every time he hears
Ordinals. Appreciate the support.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, I guess we'll hop into the tap art. Will be added to the Unitap wallet. What do you think about this? Do you have any tap art? Because I haven't seen a wallet. I have a couple,
man. I was actually really excited for this because, you know, tap art can have a revival here, right? I'm sure if you do have tap art, you probably have some of those punks, right? That people inscribed early on. And here, I'll share my wallet out or my screen. I don't care. You can see here, they're showing up in the Unitap wallet now, right? So the punks, these are kind of like inscription numbers too for tap. But for tap art, right? So these are like 7,000 inscription for the tap art. So we'll see like how that ends up coming, you know, bringing a bounce back. The entire tap ecosystem needs to launch, though. I think this could be good for the people that did inscribe these early on, but we need the ecosystem to kind of come forward and be like, hey, look, this is where everybody's going to break bread, and this is where everybody's going to freaking do their trading, and this is where, you know what I mean? And until that happens, this is cool. I like it because I own some of them, but I don't think people are going to be able to benefit until that tap ecosystem really takes off.
Yeah, I agree. And then, you know, obviously the tap marketplace is going to be big. Once that launches, I think they're going to have DMT, they're going to have everything there as well. And I think that'll really start igniting things. And, you know, what Benny talked about with the Tap Wallet, or Tap Wallet guy said that Benny is thinking about doing like a where you can all listings from everywhere going at all the exchanges. So if that happens, you can take Unitap listings and buy them on the Taparoo, I think it's called. So there's plenty of opportunity for more art to be kind of seen, and the Tap stuff is going to do really well. But would you say DMT kind of stole the thunder from Tap art?
Well, I don't think Tap Art ever had the thunder. You know what I mean? That's
Well,
the problem.
possible thunder, I guess you would say.
No, because it just like you know, just following up with that, I just felt like it just didn't have that, and so it's actually now in retrospect, it's a good thing for Tap Art that it never had its you know, spotlight moment, because now it can resurface now, and it'll be separate, right? But again, the ecosystem needs to be alive, and right now the ecosystem is like, it's like a cake that has been about, I don't know, 70% baked. You know what I'm saying? And so you need it 100% baked for it to taste good and have that texture and stuff like that. And that's what we need, you know? And so we'll see whenever they deliver that, you know?
I think that market conditions are the big issue for the Bitcoin, the overall. So I just think that, you know, when we see market conditions gets better, I think, you know, the community comes back. And there's no one making money right now. It's all PvP, and I think people understand that until we get something new. But that's the thing too. It's like if Fractal doesn't get, let's just say Fractal gets going, it could be something like Runes, to where in 3 weeks we're like, uh-oh, and everything's kind of goes down. So it's all about market condition. But I do think when market conditions come back, you can see Tap and Tap Art and everything over there could do well. It could, possibly. So.
I mean, you also have to remember too, like, who is invested in Fractal, right? It's Binance. I know we always bring that up, but I'm sure that there's some advisors from them, right, that are trying to guide the Unisat team and stuff. Oh, like the swap that we were complaining about in February and stuff, they were probably like, don't worry about that. It's not the time for things to go nuts. So them launching on Monday, to me, is a bullish indicator for the entire space. Because, you know, you have to imagine, you know, they have people in their ear and stuff like that. And so possibly Tap follows up here and does maybe like launches their ecosystem a couple weeks afterwards or something, you know. Amen. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right. We'll get into some fluid stuff.
Yes. This is the exciting part. Fluid Fridays.
All right, guys. So if you don't know what Fluid is, you're living under a rock here, guys. Fluid is going to be, obviously, they are borrowing and lending. They are a swap, and now the staking starts, guys. And I am allowed to show you the staking. I just can't show you the URL. So
press F11 on that.
Yeah, okay. F11 here.
And then you can share your screen.
Yeah, it's not working for me. But anyway, I'll just take that out, and I'm gonna show my screen here real quick. So Fluid is creating the staking protocol, and you will be able to stake your Billy Cats, Runestones, and built on Bitcoin. This will be the first three. This is live on mainnet, guys. So I can actually show you guys how it's going to work. CPC 0 APR right now, but you're going to be able to earn the Billy token, the $1 billion cat token, from these guys. So you'll go to stake, and then you can see here I'll select, and I have a few Billy Cats in as well. So I'll select one, and then I'll hit stake. And that should bring up my wallet, just like so. And I'm probably going to sign into it because Xverse always has issues with keeping it open.
Yeah, guys, this is all layer 1 Bitcoin, by the way.
Confirm.
This is all happening on layer 1
Boom.
Bitcoin.
It is now staked. And this is not custodial. You are not giving them your access. All you're doing is locking that UTXO on the Bitcoin network, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they're using opcodes that allow. Oh, can you not hear me?
I don't hear you, bro.
You don't hear me? That's interesting. Hey guys,
but then let's just say you go to.
Let me know if you can hear me.
So you're
Glasshopper.
I'll go over here. And then I'll unstake.
Can you hear me now?
And I'll be able to unstake it. Oh, wow. Francis is down below. I didn't even say something. I just unstaked it. I staked it, unstaked it. So there's no lock period that's happening right now. It's just basically they just have it basically doing a UT. What is exactly happening now?
So can you hear me?
And Yagobi is frozen again.
No, like everybody else can hear me except for
Is it me or is it you?
Yeah,
Can you guys see Yagobi?
You. It's you. Anyways, so just talking to the audience.
It might be
here.
me.
Yeah, it is you. Anyways, talking to the audience here. This is all happening on native Bitcoin, right? Layer 1 Bitcoin. What the Fluid team has done is they have used some opcodes that are already available to developers to be able to do this, right? So what they're doing is using covenants to be able to lock those up, and then obviously, like you're earning the payment, whatever they're using to reward you, token or whatever it is, while you're staking. So they have set this up. This is going to be huge for project founders, and it's exciting, right? One of our partners actually has the ability to be able to create this, so they as you guys know, they were UTXO builders on Cardano, so they're very experienced with UTXO chains, and so expect to see more of this because we don't see this anywhere else right now.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay,
my bad.
Awesome.
We're good to go. For some reason, it turned my volume off there, but we're good now. Fluid Friday. Check these guys out. Let's go to fluidtokens.com/Bitcoin stake. Then just kind of go to staking up there. So
yeah. And there's a question here. It says, Yasher says, where is the stake section on Fluid? Cannot find it. So it's not added to the main site yet. They will add that in the middle of the month once they airdrop you guys the passes, because you guys are going to be able to stake the passes right away. And you're going to be able to earn Fluid token, guys. This is huge, right? Like, imagine earning the token of a platform that innovated the first staking ability on Bitcoin. So, second question from Wonder Shorts says, how does Fluid generate revenue from their staking service? Eventually, they'll probably charge a platform fee for whenever you stake and unstake. I'm not sure. They haven't announced that, but that's just kind of logic, right? But as of right now, they haven't announced that, but that's where my mind goes. But I think more than anything is like, we should be asking ourselves, like, how can this benefit our ecosystem? Right? And how it can benefit the ecosystem, there's multiple ways, and they're already working with other teams to build innovative products. How to keep the ordinal industry afloat and stable during like downtimes. So there's a lot of ideas that are coming up right now.
Yeah, man. And there's gonna be TVL, right? TVL on Bitcoin is gonna be a big deal. You're gonna be able to see that on things like DeFi Llama and stuff like that. But it's just kind of cool too, because like if you're holding something, like you can now stake it and you can earn instead of just holding it. And let's just say you were a founder of a project and you want to get people locked up, like something like potentially like Francis with Sat Hunters, right? If he wanted to get you guys to lock up the Sat Hunter Ordinal, he could just link up a Fluid, have you guys stake your Sat Hunter there, and then you can get payouts in the BRC20 or the Rune. So there's different things you can do. Founders could really benefit from this, getting 30-40% of the supply locked up.
Yeah, and I know they're working with like some of the other builders in the space that have like marketing platforms. So stay tuned, guys. These guys are here. They're going to be doing big things. I'm going to ask, they sent me like the backend opcodes that they're using for this. I'm not going to show it to you guys because I don't know if they want that, but I'll ask, and maybe that's something we can do next Friday when we have Raul on possibly. But this is really, really big because we don't have staking here on native Bitcoin, right? And so, people have Runes tokens, they have Ordinals, they're like, it's basically PvP because there's no other options here. At least Ethereum or Solana have other options to stake and earn. And now we're starting to get that.
Yeah, man. All right, all right. I do see Francis down below. Want to bring him up?
Let's do it.
He's sleeping.
Shit.
Yeah, right?
Okay,
Hey!
oh shit!
Hey,
I'm just
hey.
playing. Trust me, bro. Like, if it wasn't your show, I wouldn't be waiting for fucking none, bro. But you lucky as you guys. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Francis talks
technically-
this through his agent. I mean, what do you expect? No, I'm just kidding.
I had to end my live stream to join yours because we were live
okay.
at the same time. I actually pointed it out during the simulcast too, so all good.
Gotcha.
All
Yeah,
good, all
man.
good. So what are we talking about today?
We
were
talked about
just-
a lot.
Yeah,
Covenants. I heard covenants there. You're gonna hear a lot
Yeah.
more about that moving forward.
Yeah, so I mean, there's just like one of our partners, Fluid Tokens. They're UTXO devs that came from Cardano, and so they're very familiar with like the progression of innovating a UTXO chain, right? And so because of that, they have a little bit of a upper hand, in my opinion. And so what they've created is a staking like functionality on their platform. And so
So they use Opcat as well.
no, they're using different opcodes.
Okay.
They actually sent me the screenshot here. They're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different opcodes. Because opcodes already exist with Bitcoin, right? With their Bitcoin script and the core code currently. The ones that are more geared towards like computational, like functionality and algorithmic, like programmability and stuff, that's more opcode opcat opctv. But these individually, if you puzzle them together, can create like a functionality like staking.
Yeah. So the covenants is pretty much like this. You could think of it like a smart contract, but for like other, for opcodes.
But with one operation, right?
Yes.
Instead of
With an
like
operation.
multiple.
Yes. It's like instructions.
Yes.
That could be done in this sort of like trustless way.
Yep.
Yeah.
But one of the opcodes actually allows you to lock up whatever asset that is. And it pertains it only to your wallet address. So you keep the actual asset in your wallet. You just can't move it till a certain block height. You know what I mean? So that's the cool part about it.
Yeah. It's essentially like if all of these operational codes are, active or at our disposal, we could literally do everything that we see on other chains. We literally can.
Yeah.
I was talking with S-Script guy, and that's what he's telling me too, right? With these operational codes. So it's going to be interesting to see how things unfold there, especially coming out from him. But yeah, did you guys see the airdrop? Let's get Shizzy. Let's ruffle his feathers for a bit. He looks a little bit too. He's in a meditative state. I like to see him ruffled and his face all red. Come on, Shizzy. So what do you guys? I don't know if you guys covered it as yet, or you're going to.
We did the eligibility for the FB token. I think that's actually really cool. Some people are complaining about it because they feel like it's too strict and they're not generous enough. But I said, hey guys, you guys just got like a ton of pizza tokens, right? Like how much more do you want, right? And so
they didn't have enough toppings on the pizza. They want some FB anchovies. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They want more. Look, bro, guys, all I'm saying is this, man. Look, I mean, what we should really be caring about here is the playing field and what they're building here for us to actually make real money. You know what I'm saying? And to use real shit. I feel like the airdrops is not going to make you rich, right? Even if, it's one thing if fucking, sure, you hit a rare case, but fuck, you're not guaranteed. So I just feel like the psychology is kind of warped right now in crypto and in Bitcoin ecosystem at least. And airdrop is good to know you get that, but don't rely on it to change your life or anything, right?
Yeah.
And the way they react, like if they invested something and they're only getting this, like I just said it in my live stream, and I want to go to those extremity here, but I'll just say it's like first it's like, oh well, there's no airdrop, it's a scam. Oh, there's an airdrop, but we're not getting enough. Oh, we got the airdrop, but it's not worth as much as we would like it to be. It's like, bro,
always finding something.
it's embarrassing, bro. That to me, that's just that type of rhetoric is embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Like I cannot even say that. How am I complaining about something that's for free, bro? Like I can't do that, bro. Maybe I was raised differently. I don't know, but that's something I can't complain about, bro.
Yeah.
So people don't understand though. It's not about the airdrop. It's about getting you started. So the tokens that you're going to be able to get, the FB tokens, will be the first thing in your wallet. So now you're able to inscribe the first 500 inscriptions, the first 1,000 inscriptions, 2,000, 3,000. You have access potentially before anyone else. So you can turn that 10 FB into potentially thousands of FB if it's done correctly, if you're smart about it and you go after the right collections. So that's what people are understanding. Oh, I only got 25 FB. You can turn that 25 FB with a low number 9 inscription into thousands of FB.
You're speaking my my fucking language now, bro.
I've always been bullish on Fractal. I've always been bullish on
I
Fractal.
don't know why I
BRC20
didn't
is
say
not.
that in my stream, but you talking more like me than me.
But that's true though, because on my one wallet I'm getting 25. That's just from being I'm like number 2,000 on the list out of 5,000. So I got 25 there. Me and Yagobi, Unisat sent us a pass a while back, so we have access to the swap. So we have that. So we're getting another 25 there. So we're getting like between both of us, we're getting like a couple hundred. We can potentially turn that couple hundred.
Hey, for leaving your dormant assets in our layer 1 module. We'll only give you 10% of that back in FB. Here you go, Shizzy. You know what I'm saying? Now you're telling me how you had it locked up in there. I'm just joking, obviously, but I know
we did. We had some honk locked up in there, right?
Yeah,
honk.
we definitely used the swap. We tried to showcase it as much as we could, but my question is to you, Francis, because you've obviously been breathing and eating Fractal the past couple weeks here. Smart contract capabilities probably not going to get here till October. Is that fair?
I would say so. Sometime after. Yeah.
So everybody's getting really excited about Monday. Where's the opportunity going to lie here? Is it to try to get that first token? Kind of like the Ordi.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I this is what I said in the stream. I think there's multiple different opportunities here. Number one, let's just start with the FB long term, right? I look, if you want to make like a little bit of a, I don't know, maybe a 10, 20x, maybe over time. If you got eight months a year, that's up to you. I don't know what the launching market cap will be. So maybe that 8 or 20x might be more or maybe less. I don't know. But if you want to make some nice little, I would say safer gains in terms of something going up, but smaller gains, it might be that. That's just how I'm looking at it. So I got capital. I'm deploying capital into that. And then, on the 9th now, which is, I believe, Monday, you said, it's the inscriptions. It'll be all about the inscriptions. Obviously, the first one, the earliest one. Maybe even when people mint out that first one and they haven't, they well, I was going to say listed. There's no liquidity pools, so they can't even do that as yet. But maybe the entry price for some people might be worth it if they miss it on the mint. I don't know. You have to look at these things. You have to do some research to see if you miss on the first inscription, see the other inscriptions, if there's any known projects, maybe like the Homozones?
Goosenos. Oh, okay.
There is.
What's the name though?
I forgot what the name of it is.
Homomozos. What are you gonna call mofos?
What is that?
What are you gonna call mofos, bro?
No.
Here's the real alpha. So this is all you got to do. You got to go to goosegenerator.com. The first 10,000 gooses will be indexed by Chain Racing Club. All you got to do is go to goosegenerator.com. Grab one of these, go to Toggle, grab an image that you like. You can grab anyone you want and go to Unisat and inscribe it. As long as you're in the first 10,000, you are in. So you can do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these.
Shizzy brings up a good point. So guys who are hardcore BRC20 guys like Honk, like Domo Ducks, Quack, look into them guys, what they're doing. Again, they're doing their thing. I'm cooking a little something behind the scenes too, so I can't really see what everybody's doing, but great point, Shizzy. This is why I respect you guys. Seriously, y'all are researchers, right? Right, and I kind of I indirectly wrecked Shizzy, you guys, I guess, by accident, because I was telling people, on the live stream, I was like, look, I am an investor first, then a marketer second, if that's what you want to look at me as a YouTuber. I think if you're a YouTuber, you're being paid by YouTube and you're on there every day. Obviously, I don't really care about that as much because I'm an investor first, which I value research, and I'm not online every single day. I didn't mean that like that, but you guys actually do the fucking research too, so yeah. You guys are definitely investors first, then all that other shit after. So yeah, great point. Definitely look at these hardcore camps that are dedicated to BRCs, that have been always there with BRCs, especially. Those are the ones you must take seriously. So me personally, I'm just by nature a token guy, so I haven't really thought about even art, but those guys, definitely it's going to be worth it. The majority of it though, I don't know if I want to tell people this, I just got to say how I truly feel. I don't think it's going to be worth it for the majority of art. And if we look at art as a whole, it's only really that 1% that really does anything anyway. So these guys fall in that category. Now, that being said, let's just give it a month. I think after a month later, we're going to see a lot more things that we are totally unaware of, that Fractal Bitcoin and all these other things are going to add on top of it. All right. Like the opcats and these potential smart contracts, covenants being used. I just feel the meta right now, bro, it's really Fractal Bitcoin. Stats Pump Fund has a pump fund model. Then you got these, opcats narrative, and then covenants. We're gonna hear a lot about covenants. You can hear a lot about like trustless bridges with Starkware, you know, the script guys, and using OpCat, right? Those are hardcore projects. Like that's going to breed new innovation that's sophisticated and very much so needed, you know, in the space. So again, if you look at the like I really see fuck, man, I should have said this on my stream, but I really revere this moment in time for Bitcoin almost, and I guess it's controversial, almost like the DeFi run up we saw with Ethereum in terms of the functionality and the world is your oyster type of moment, where we're going to see creativity, we're going to see innovation here, we're going to see trades because of that, and it could mature and blossom. That's what I think we're going to see here. So DeFi, keep like lending, borrowing, all these things, staking, like that's part of any ecosystem. That's the basics. Covenant tech, trustless bridges, right? That real shit. Like when we saw liquidity pools for the first time, that was revolutionary at the time. I feel this is the BTC ecosystem time for that type of maturity.
Yeah. Makes sense. And they will be able to, you know, the Bitcoin core devs will be able to peek over and see how Fractal is running with opcode or opcat and kind of, you know, once they apply it to the main chain. Obviously we're not going to have the lightning speed, but again, like Ethereum wasn't the most efficient once these layer 2s came out and stuff, but once the money was like focused on a run, it would always go back to Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that like these other L2s didn't benefit, they did. And that's how I think our ecosystem will work. Like Fractal will benefit big, like Marlin benefited a big earlier, and then all these other side chains will too, but then it always comes back to Bitcoin once like the bull run is here, and then they will eventually benefit down the road too as well.
No, 100%.
I think it's all going to be about taking advantage of each day. I think each day in Fractal is going to be different, right? I think day one is going to be about getting the sub 100 inscriptions, sub 1,000 inscriptions. Day two is going to be about finding the best project, the best 10K projects that's been being minted and kind of mint them. Day 7 is going to be the day that BRC20s go live. It's I just did the math. It's going to take about 5 to 7 days, depending on the blocks. Obviously, it's you know, average of 30 seconds, but that could change, you know what I mean, depending on the hash rate and stuff like that. And there's the difficulty adjustment is going to be in 2 weeks from then, so you might see blocks go like 20 seconds, right?
Put it like this: if Fractal Bitcoin wasn't going to go live this month, what the heck would we be doing? We'll be weeping tears about our portfolios with ruins. Well, not me, but I'll be weeping my tears of laughter. I'll be laughing. I'm just saying, like what, like you know what I mean? It's a real question.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be pretty damn boring. So I'm
we'll
very
be talking
excited
about
for that.
Casey and Raktoshi. I'm actually get your opinion on that drama.
I'll tell you exactly on that drama. Let me try to see if I can pull it up here. The actual quote on this. Just give me about 2 minutes. You guys get.
Yeah, I just got to.
It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. You guys know a guy named Slick on Twitter?
I think I follow him. Yeah.
He has the OMB. Yeah. He says, and I fully agree with him 110%. Imagine caring if Raktoshi was the co-founder of Ordinals or not. I don't give a fuck.
That's what I said earlier.
I don't give a fuck. That's my reaction. Seriously, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Whether he is or he isn't, it's not going to affect my bank account or my quality of life or my community or anything else. I don't give a fuck. That's like a soap opera. I don't care about soap operas. I don't want to know about fucking.
Yeah, we said that earlier today.
Yeah, all of that shit.
Telenueva.
I'll tell you something right now. I don't even know who Rakatoshi is. I heard of his name. I swear to God, I've heard of his name, but I don't care.
Node Monkeys, the Rocks. He was one of the first subscribers. He has like 100 of the first, couple hundred. Right?
I think I heard of that. Yeah, him being part.
Yeah, so I like Raktoshi. I like that he's edgy. I like that he's just like, he's one of those guys who just doesn't give a fuck about Casey. You know why, because he feels like Casey
that's what it is.
Misled him, right? So to me, he is one of the co-founders. He's one of the earliest guys. And when I say like co-founders, it's like I feel like it was always there, and these guys found it all together. Even though he's not a coder and stuff like that, he saw the vision and he helped them. Bring it to where it is today, without the no monkeys, without the stuff like that.
So now I got something on you.
I don't know where it would be.
Now I got something on you. Domo was a data guy. He didn't invent BRC. He stole it from a guy.
He didn't invent BRC.
Casey's not he stole it, copy and pasta. Or Rakatoshi, copy and pasta Ordinals. Oh shit, Atomicals and stamps, copy and pasta that.
No,
Yeah.
but what's your point here? Like, I don't understand.
My point is, this is what you tell me
About
about Domo. About
Yeah,
Domo.
I don't think, again, like Domo he helped find BRC20s, but I don't think he did anything special. Don't think he coded it.
Well, let's just say, which,
code
as
it,
I said, I don't care. This Rakatoshi guy is
Yeah.
the guy.
There's nothing to
Casey's told
code
it.
with BRC20s except
I know.
That's my point, though.
If you want to be honest, like you just probably
this is what I mean.
Infrastructure.
Absolutely. BRC20s is just like 5 lines, whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, well, who knows if he coded it? Maybe they worked on it. He stole the code and he did it. I'm not saying that's what.
No,
happened.
he's not. He's not.
I'm just doing it for
guy.
argument's sake. Just bring up an argument.
Yeah. Well, my argument back to you would be Domo just he saw an opportunity and he took it. I don't think, if it wasn't Domo, it would have been someone else.
Put like this: if
That's
we're on a table and our neighbor invited us to eat and like we're shy but we're really hungry and there's like a steak there and like you're like, eat man, eat, and there's 10 of us hungry as fuck. We're like, no, we're good, I'm full. Like, fuck you, I'm gonna take it and eat it. All the part of me, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, there's one part I think Shizzy gets wrong here, and it's the fact that like Casey actually coded ordinal theory, like the system before Rakatoshi even knew anything about that. Like, you know what I mean? And so to me, like, code is a product, dude. Like, like code exists. You have to create code. If you don't have that, even if you say like, the whole stats have always existed from the first to the end in theory, it doesn't matter because like code is created, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I think the difference is. And you can say that like Rakatoshi was there in the beginning and he was a part of this team of like innovation, but I mean, like, I don't think I think most people will agree that like Casey is the creator of ordinal theory because of the code that he created.
Yeah, but at the same time, my whole point is the 27th guy on the Declaration of Independence that got signed it, it's still a part of that, right? That's my point.
But he didn't create the substance.
There was nothing to create. It was found. That's my point. It was somebody. If it wasn't for Casey, somebody else would have did it.
That's bullshit. That's the biggest bullshit ever.
Dude, if it wasn't for someone else would have done this. Eventually, someone else would have done this.
No.
It was always possible.
Do you not realize that he had to work around the limitations of Bitcoin?
Somebody else would have done it.
It was the most like unique approach to being able to do the things.
It was a unique approach, but if it wasn't him, it would have been someone else. So it was always there.
Somebody else that might have thought of a different system.
It still would have been something very similar.
I don't agree with that, but anyways, we can move on from that.
I think Casey did a lot of research and something clicked in his head with Taproot and Segwit to see if you could do this saving of assets thing, and he figured it out. Now,
let's just say the tracking part too.
The tracking of the serial numbers, all that.
That's a huge system.
Yeah, that is a huge system.
Found.
Look, maybe this is a little bit off topic, but not really. So that system, it's huge discovery. It's a huge 2 + 2 is 4 moment, right? Like, oh, fuck. Like, it clicked, like this could happen and we could have like assets or NFTs, right? On rare sounds. Now, to Shizzy's point, I kind of have to agree with Shizzy here. I think at some point sooner or later, somebody would have figured it out. I just think so. You know why I say this? Because, and maybe I'm wrong, but I say this because I always have a great idea or something or somebody else. And if you don't come to market first with that great idea, bro, you're going to see 5 of it come up to market like later down the road. So this space is full of so much talent, creative people, highly skilled, very, competitive.
But ordinal theory isn't a great idea. It's something that was stitched together from like multiple different things. Like it's a whole it's almost like an OS. It is like an OS, right? It's an operating system type of.
It's like a custom thing that he blueprinted from his own brain. I know what you mean. Yeah,
that's different. Like. I agree with you because like a lot of my ideas I end up seeing happen too.
So what you're trying to say is like, look, I have a great ordinal collection. That's my custom idea. Chances are nobody else thought about that exact same thing. No way they could because it's my brain. I mean,
no, it's more like this. It's more like this. Microsoft Windows OS, right? Like the Bill Gates and his team created that OS, and if they didn't create it, you wouldn't have the exact same thing. You would have something like what was it, Linux that was before that or whatever, and then you have like the Apple operating system. Yes, you can use that, but people use Microsoft in corporate settings more than like unless it's more of like a graphic design or artistic approach. Then you'll use Apple. But you get what I'm saying? Is like if they didn't create that, there wouldn't be another Microsoft Office exactly the same way. Is my point.
I know. But the thing there is he built it only. He did it using Bitcoin. right? So Bitcoin's already there. It's already there. So someone has to come along and be like, I want to try this. So
is the
something
internet.
similar-
So are computers.
it's different
But
though
with
because
Microsoft, like so is
Microsoft
computers.
basically built their own thing there. It was
they
it
built their
used
own
the idea,
OS.
but
Casey
they didn't
built
build
his
it on
own
top. Casey
infrastructure
built this
systems.
on top of Bitcoin though. That's the difference.
And they built
It'd
it
be
on
different if
top
he
of the
used his own
internet.
chain.
They built it on top of the internet, is what I'm
That's
saying.
That's different than Bitcoin.
I don't. I mean,
All
I
right.
got. Yeah.
Let's move on.
asking
back
the
to Fractal.
I'm asking the audience. What do you guys think?
So back to Fractal. Like, what are you doing Sunday night? Are you going to be trying? Are you?
Bro, I got
so much. They open the claim.
So as I said, I'm cooking a little something. So yeah, I mean, like shit, it's already like I forgot it's Monday. Like that's the date. That's Sunday night, right? So I haven't even thought that far as yet. Taking it hour by hour. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to stay up and when this thing goes live and see if I can get that mint, bro, just like everybody else. SAT-VB is probably going to go up high, although it's like faster blocks and on this throughput network, it's still going to go up, right? Well above average, right?
What would you say would be like an ill-advised move if you're planning for like a Sunday night?
Look, if the SAT-VB gets way too out of hand, bro, just don't even do it, bro.
Yeah,
don't even do it. Sit back and just wait. Yeah, and then okay, if you miss it on that. Then again, look for like what Shizzy was saying, which is like these sort of like Ordinals and these guys doing that, or other projects like them. And you can actually find this on. I was watching this space. It was like a Chinese fractal space. About 500 people. Escrip was in it. I was live at the time, but I see some new fractal projects there too. So, if you really want to get your game on, get your Google Translator in Chinese and translate what these guys are saying in the spaces or in WeChat.
Liliana.
Yeah.
She's the alpha girl.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So BRC20 is really fluid when China got involved. China is momentum traders, some of the smartest traders in the world. They came in, they made their money, and they left. They're not here right now. It's very rare to see a post in Chinese right now, but 6 months ago it was very common. Do you think that China will be involved in Fractal in the early days, weeks?
1,010%.
Okay.
That's one thing I'm banking on for sure. And again, like this Fractal, this was probably the biggest Fractal Bitcoin space I saw, and I haven't really seen too much. Again, I'm not really on Twitter like that looking at spaces. Maybe there were a bigger one, but I mean, almost 500. That's a good start, right? It was Chinese. I don't know if they had previous ones or that's the first one or what, but that's a nice sign. That means they're interested, and literally Fractal and then Chinese writing, and it was like 500 something. So. Yeah, I think they're interested because of that, and this is something that they will definitely participate in, bro. There's no way around it. They're gonna do this, right? Like again, like if you see why they left, just because when they came back to something, it was the same state when they left, right? Which was the whole NFT structure stuff. So I feel this changes everything for them, and they'll be much more inclined to come over here. And we already see the interest. So.
They also have built up demand, because they love the gamble, but they've been quiet because there just hasn't really been opportunity for that, and this could create that.
Exactly.
100%.
But I swear to God, I want to make a tweet saying, "Hey, anybody who got the airdrop of Fractal, can I get 0.1 so I can participate in the fucking mints?" You know what I mean?
Someone better send it to you, man, because that's
did you not get FB?
I don't know. I didn't check all my wallets. I checked 2 and nothing.
Yeah, you have it, I'm sure.
I'm getting like 20. I'll send you here, Francis. I'll send
you. Would you really?
I would. I'll send you to give it to me your wallet. Once I claim, I'll send because we're getting I think probably close to 100 between both of us. So I can definitely help you out. So
from where?
Because remember we messed with the swap.
Oh, right. You mean in total from the airdrop? From the airdrop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you had some connections, OTC deal. I was like, yo, bro, give me 100.
Not yet.
Oh, 100K, bro.
Where can we find the actual projected market cap?
Bro, somebody told me that they saw it on CoinGecko, but I mean, not the projected, but like the economics and the ticker. I don't see it. Do you guys?
But is there? It's not on the pre-market whale thing, is it?
I don't know.
I didn't see it there.
Oh, Fractal Bitcoin. There it is, bro. I was searching FB.
Where?
Well, what I mean is there is a description and an area for them, but it doesn't really go through much.
Okay.
I mean, I think the supply.
I can share it here.
Yeah, 210 million. Yeah.
That's actually not that much for a chain token.
It's not, and I know what they did there. They're like all the numbers are by 10 times more, I think. Right? Like their epochs. I think they're something else that they did. they try to make it consistent as possible with Bitcoin, and then the supply now it kind of went up by 10 times. So
Oh wait, is it total supply capped?
yeah, it has to be.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Okay, so 210 million is the supply. You think it'll be? Oh, so it can't all be, dude. It's gonna be really high at first because you have to mine these.
Yeah. Well, what's gonna happen is people are gonna start minting, and then those minting fees are gonna be given to the miners. So the miners are gonna be recycling. They're gonna sell it back to the users.
What do you think the supply will? Because they're gonna have a supply to start with.
Yeah.
You know, obviously.
I think it's gonna be. I think they said it's gonna be 500 million, or no, what is it?
500,000.
500,000.
That was the giveaway. That's the
No,
giveaway.
that's the giveaway. Yeah.
But I think that's going to be the circulating. I doubt that they're going to be dropping anything in the first couple
I'm
weeks.
sure they have
circulating.
They have to have some for like marketing.
There's going to be no swap or anything, but I don't think they get that right away.
Well, the next thing is, since they conducted a sale, we don't know if investors are getting anything at TGE or not. It depends on the investing. So that's more circulating or not.
I think it's fair. Like, let's just say probably not more than 5 million in circulation.
Yeah, I would say this. I don't think that if they did their token economics, I'm not too sure. If they're giving out anything at launch. If I had to bet, I would say no. So that's always good for a better token performance, not less sell pressure. We'll see. But again, it's very hard to gauge all these numbers. But again, when it goes live, we'll be crystal clear on. I give a much better accurate prediction.
Did you get like any information on like the initial valuation though? Like million. How much?
Yeah, I'm just looking at so me and Shizzy did a show together on my channel, and I'm just going off of that percentage allocation that's divided.
Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to guess with that.
On Fractal, there's obviously the swap's not gonna be working. The swap's not gonna go live until Pizza Swap goes live, and that's not gonna happen until BRC20. So like, there's gonna be no way to get Fractal token unless they list it themselves, right?
Yeah, that's a good question. One would guess you're gonna have to bridge to get it. You bridge something over, that could turn into like a Fractal token, then you trade it for the FB, something like that. But
like, where are you doing this trading at? I just don't understand.
So
you probably Unisat. They're gonna do it like NFTs, like how we do now.
Maybe the swap modular.
Oh, right.
They're gonna have the modular swap ready then.
No, they're not gonna have modular swap until
I think it's gonna be after.
20s.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, so how are they gonna give it to us? But like what you said, that's probably why this whole airdrop thing is to give people this in their wallet, but not everyone's going to get it. So that's a very good question. I'm sure there will be some kind of bridge there available, bro, on day one.
Well, the thing is too is FB is not an inscription. You can't even list the style that we listed now. FB is looked at as Bitcoin. It's exact same as Bitcoin is on. You can't list Bitcoin on Unisat right now. So how are they going to do the?
So this probably wouldn't be tradable, but it'll be usable in the sense of like
transaction. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna be able to use it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking FB gets to $400, $300, $400 by Wednesday, just because of supply and demand. And I say that because the first 100,000 inscriptions is gonna be very valuable. So people are gonna give you whatever the hell you want to get as much FB as possible. This is going to like $400, $500, $600 per coin in the first couple days.
FB,
yes.
Slow down now. You know about you and your predictions.
No, but hold on. Hold on though. Just think about it. Think about it. It's supply and demand. Let's just say inscription number 75 is going to be sold for, I don't know, $1,000. To them, it doesn't matter how much you get that FB for if you can get that inscription.
That's it.
I mean, I agree that there's an opportunity for this to happen. So I just put this in a crypto market cap calculator. So 5 million FB circulating supply. Let's say, I think that's actually fair. At $10 a coin, that puts the market cap at $50 million. And that's actually conservative, big time, in my opinion. Because they're probably going to be more of 100 million or more, pretty quick.
But you know what? That's also good for people who got the airdrop. If the dollar value is going to be high, right? Then they got a lot of gas. They got a lot of gas money for FB. I'm just saying, if you're saying, so let's just say, right? You said 600, 500, whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, gas can't cost fucking, more than that, right?
I think
gas on average should be under $1, but I know with the demand, it could go up more, whatever. But on average,
demand, and I think the demand for those first 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 inscriptions is going to be so high. People are going to be paying hundreds.
But here's the thing, bro. One could argue it might be worth to get it, even if you think it's a little bit high with SAVB, because only people with FB could get it. And if you got FB, you might want to try to get it. Like with the airdrop.
What if you want to play the FB token though, right? Because like that's not going to last. The $500, $600 is not going to last because circulation is going to increase, and then who knows how much it comes down though? Because like if
Yeah.
October's bullish, you know what I mean? Like the entire market's bullish.
Yeah.
It could hang around 200 to 500.
Yeah.
Listen to this. So let's just say they give you the FB token, it goes live on OKX, or it goes live on something else, and you're able to go to OKX,
That's
send
probably
Bitcoin
a
there,
high
and then
possibility.
withdraw it to the chain. That is where you can possibly see it get even crazier.
Yeah.
Because
Y'all are all
one,
getting this alpha for free.
All I would say
These are
is this:
strategies.
now we got OKX wallet involved, right? Now we got
Yes.
Binance backing them.
Yep.
China-mans are going to come.
Yep.
Believe you me,
China.
they're going
so
to come.
I think on Sunday or Monday, FB is going to get listed, and that is where you're going to either take your FB that you're airdropped
Did
and sell it,
OKX markets
or you can
support
bring it.
runes? They did. They must have.
They have RuneCoin. They have RSIC as one of the tokens. Like they had that like 2 days after the airdrop.
Okay,
So
but like,
one
what
of our
about the
community
rest?
members says OKX is airdropping FB.
So it's not OKX, it's Unisat, and they're doing it to
No, no.
OKX wallet holders, right?
No, I think it's both. They partnered with both.
Okay.
So if you have an
Okay.
OKX wallet and a Unisat wallet, you could get
Yeah.
500K going to each of those wallets, kind of thing.
But that's from Fractal. It's not from OKX.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just going to the wallet
but what
holders.
they're doing is for like if everybody likes, because I actually like OKX wallet. If you're an OKX wallet
Yeah.
user, right? I mean, hey, shit. Well, you might have, you could get this as well, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
that's the big thing is that this gets listed Sunday night. At the day one
I wouldn't be
token gets
surprised.
CGE
I wouldn't be
put out.
surprised.
I think it gets to like $300-400 per, just because the people are going to be degens and are going to want the first 10,000 descriptions.
I find it very funny. Well, now as I mentioned this, it makes sense that Binance invested into Unisat and not OKX. And why do I say that? If you rewind back, say 5, 6, 7 months ago, OKX had way more involvement with BRCs than Binance, or tokens on Bitcoin than Binance, right? And I was saying that how OKX came out of nowhere and they kind of stole that market share away from Binance. Binance is focused on these types of like what do you call that, liquid staking type of tokens and stuff, right? A little bit in the Bitcoin ecosystem. So one would have thought, since they're closer to OKX, you would have seen an investment from OKX Ventures or something like that. Now maybe there is one that's under wraps and they're not mentioning it for whatever reason, announcing that. But I find it very funny how OKX now is coming together here with this wallet thing of getting this airdrop and not being a direct sort of like investor.
Yeah.
So that now leads us to, could we see this being listed on OKX's sex? And that's possible for sure. But we'll see.
I take that.
If OKX and Binance list as FB, bro, this entire ecosystem is going to explode.
Yeah. Well, I think Binance is actually really smart. They don't show their hand very much. And,
No.
and if you think about it, they were involved because they were they benefited a ton from Ordinal's listing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the volume, like it's probably 90% on Binance, like trading.
That's true.
Right. So I just think they're a little bit better of not showing their hand versus OKX. Which, seasoned.
But like OKX has like a dedicated marketplace too, right? For these things.
True.
So that's what I meant by that. And we've seen a lot of money from OKX being invested into like at least the Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystems, right?
Yeah.
And,
I think go ahead, Shizzy.
I think Binance is involved because they made the investment. OKX is involved because Unisat's going to walk up and give them a bunch of FB tokens to get listed. They're going to list it. My prediction Sunday, Monday night. That is going to be the number one place where you're going to be able to, and they're probably going to make it so they're the only place you get FB until other exchanges come and buy it themselves. I don't think there's money involved there.
Everybody wants to talk about Binance. It's like what this one guy said. You guys know Big L? Big L's a rapper from back in the day. That's my boy. He's like, everybody wants to be like Mike, but Mike wants to be like L, right? So everybody's talking about Binance, but who the heck is the Binance Labs of Binance Labs? It's me, $1, bitch. $1. I was scouting them out well before me. I was looking at their white paper, just like I look at white papers today. There was one of that, so I was the Binance Labs of Binance Labs. Right? I made a joke about that when I was in Hong Kong. And by the way, I was like, so. People that we met there, they invited us for dinner and for food, and then from there we're on the strip and there's a bunch of clubs and just like restaurants. Like let's go. We go in, bro. Started drinking. Like I was already talking to shit anyways. Remember about Leonidas and all this stuff, and then it's so funny, bro. This is literally off record stuff, uncensored, but it's funny. So we're in this VIP little section, whatever. We're getting these bottles, and I just went with the flow, right? And they're buying us all this shit, and I'm on Twitter talking shit. I was like, I'm the motherfucking Binance Labs of Binance Labs. I go, if Leonidas is such a Bitcoin historian, why doesn't he talk about the first ever meme coin on Bitcoin, memes on Bitcoin? And everyone's like, yeah. And then one guy's like, yo, bro, stop doing this. Are you drunk? I swear to God, I was going to take the tequila bottle, go like this, and say, yeah.
I actually remember that. Like,
but it's
someone
the
was
truth, though.
commenting on your thing.
Like, literally, we were drinking, but I fucking always talk like that. You guys know that. So
Yeah.
Well, I want to bring this question up here. Our guy Mark Jeffrey from the Hash Rate podcast, we've actually had him on our show as well. He's asking, what do we think of pizza now that Pizza Swap launched? So that's an interesting question because, you know, pizza, you know, people that bought it secondary didn't get the airdrop. They're kind of holding some heavy bags. But, you know, what do you think, Francis, on the pizza token? First
and foremost, Mark, really love your work. Appreciate everything you do. And yes, I do have to come on your show. I know you invited me some time ago. And as I mentioned here, I'm doing some stuff behind the scenes. And for your show, I got to prepare and look pretty, you know, with Shizzy show, it's like family. They know me.
What are we?
I just don't know I come here, so I got to prepare for yours. That's why. So yeah, very good question. And it's not Mark's fault or our fault, but it's actually the Unisat's fault because they're confusing people a lot here by being very, how do I say, selective in their words and what they're doing. And they go left and then they zag right. It's kind of like that. So originally, it was supposed to be the SATS is going to be the gas token for Fractal Swap. Pizza Swap was never a thing up until we saw this like screenshot of him leaving a post somewhere. And he's like, Pizza Swap? Maybe, probably nothing, something like that. And that's where we're like, okay, well, if it's Pizza Swap, then maybe they're pivoting from SATS to being pizza. And then people are like, oh man, well, SATS is going up because of the news, right? So that's a waste. So now we have Pizza Swap, and then they come up with the announcement saying that how SATS is going to be used for this DEX to pay fees in. Now, what is pizza? I think, again, they shouldn't call it Pizza Swap if you're using SATS, right? So we know for sure that's what it is. It's called Pizza Swap, and they're using SATS. I would just look at pizza as a complimentary gift. Here it is. Here's our airdrop. It is what it is. Maybe it becomes a use case later down the road. I don't know. But we just got to look at it as a complimentary gift for now. And don't be too upset. I think it'll be more upsetting, Mark, and I'm sure you would agree to this, if they said SATS was going to be the gas token, people buying up SATS and it's pumping, and then all of a sudden, oh, well, pizza is going to be the Pizza Swap, token for that. I think that's a much bigger problem to have, right? At least like pushback and a lot of flack they'll get from the masses.
Well, the meme power for pizza is there though, because like there was no official meme token for Bitcoin Pizza Day, and that's kind of the only thing that I see really with that. So
yeah,
we'll see.
You ready for my take?
Go ahead.
I think they're all trash. I think all the BRC20s right now are not going to be worth holding, and that's because the oversaturation that's about to happen. The oversaturation. We're going to get brand new tickers on Fractal Bitcoin, and they're going to be dirt cheap to inscribe. And you're going to get so many. You get thousands and thousands of new tickers that are going to be hot. That are going to be start with market caps of $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. That are going to be so cheap, and people are going to jump into them. They're going to be really cool ticker names, really cool stuff. You get 6 tickers, you get 7 tickers. There's going to be a lot of things happening on Fractal, and I just think that people are going to be dumping the pizza token and all these SATs, rats, and all this other stuff to inscribe these new tokens. And I think that is going to be absolutely huge.
Okay, guys,
the first token, hold on. The bridge isn't going to be up and running yet, right? So people are going to be selling this stuff, sending it to OKX, getting FB, and then inscribing. But I think pizza has a long term. I think, yes, it's short term, the next couple of months, pizza, sats, and rats are going to dump, but they're going to pump later. But I think right now is going to be inscribed season. We have 2-3 weeks.
Probably sats out of there because you need sats for the swap.
But I don't think that bridge is going to be live. It's going to take a little while. I doubt it's going to be live in the first couple of weeks.
Okay, for the people who are here live, and if you're watching the replay, whatever he just said, do the opposite. Done.
What? But hold on, you don't think it's going to be oversaturated? You don't think we're going to get thousands of new BRC20s?
No,
I'm honest question.
I'm just trying to be funny, and I suck at being funny.
Do you think people are not going to sell their pizza and stuff to get Bitcoin, to get FB, to get sent over?
No, I'm being sarcastic.
I think they sell down, and I think they sell down pretty hard. I think holding it right now is stupid. I think you have an opportunity right now to get out, and you can buy back in a lot cheaper later. Because I only think that it's the oversaturation is going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be new.
You mean of the inscriptions, right? Like the new inscriptions.
The new BRC20s that are happening in 7 days.
6
or. Yeah, the 6 characters, but there's 7 as well. I think there's
6 to 13. Yeah, 6 to 13.
6 to 13. So that's what I mean. There's going to be an oversaturation of really cool ticker names and stuff like that happening, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. You're going to be able to make a lot of money.
What though, bro? Maybe your take is accurate in the sense of like maybe this is where you can make more money, possibly with the art. Maybe could be because there'll be a lot of.
That's what we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
I think that's where the play is.
It could be hard. I'm coming from a guy who always talks down on those types of things. That asset class actually might be the one. If you're selective and you know what you're
smart
looking
contracts
for.
come.
Yeah.
That changes everything.
Yeah.
I think that's when it's time to dump all that shit and get into the smart contract
not necessarily
inscriptions.
Not necessarily dump all of it, but like, yeah. I
Keep
guess if
bags.
you're talking about like get into the next opportunity, yeah, I agree with that.
You're always going to want to be chasing the new thing. So first you're going to be chasing the inscription JPEG pictures, the collections. The second thing you're going to be chasing the 6-digit, 7-digit tickers, 8-digit tickers. That's going to be fun. And then the next thing you're going to be chasing the sats, pump fun coins, all that smart contract stuff. They're going to have like NFTs and not ordinals. So you're going to have fractal NFTs because the smart contract is going to allow you to do that. So it's going to be excitement after excitement after excitement, and you have to play it that way to make the most money.
I truly believe a product like the Sats Pump Fun platform could literally kickstart a lot of things, like the real action, you know?
Yeah.
Take place.
And I think that's probably going to be ready, I would imagine, when the smart contract stuff is going to be ready. And what a kickoff to that whole new way of trading these type of assets, right? So
yeah,
I'm super
excited. That should demonstrate what's possible. You know what I mean? On Fractal to what we're not used to on mainnet, on layer 1, right? So again, right, it just depends on what you're into. I feel like, again, I don't want to repeat myself, but the layer 1 is great, I think, for this art stuff, right? That doesn't involve high frequency trades. But if we're talking about tokens, there's nowhere else this could happen, bro. Just don't force the situation in a place that it doesn't belong. It just doesn't belong down there, bro. Tokens, like, I don't want to sound like a maxi red eye guys, but like it just doesn't belong there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I saw you sent the link to Mark, but
I didn't send the link to Mark. I'll see if he helped.
Well, we have a meeting with.
You said it's not
15,
till 2.
15 minutes. No,
you said 2.
Did I?
You told me earlier.
No. Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
That was my bad.
Did the hour change?
You're right. No, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good. All right, Mark, bring them up. I was kidding.
Mark.
I sent you the link, Mark. If you're interested. If not, no worries.
I thought
I was thinking, like, we have an hour and 15 minutes. So, I mean, if Mark wants to hop on, I mean, I'll do amazing ratings for our show. Mark and Francis in the same show. It'd be absolutely insane.
Yeah, so I want to just respond to Wonder Shorts. So imagine thinking people want to buy your bridged BTC bags. I would say this, and you're accurate. I totally agree with you there. I don't think, like, okay, so if you're referring to, say, let's just call it a runes being bridged over to Fractal. Now it's a Fractal runes, or a BRC being bridged over from layer 1. That's a 4 or 5 by ticker. Now it's a Fractal, BRC. I don't think the value proposition there on Wonder Shorts is for people to want to buy that. I think the value proposition there now is now you are under the circumstances and environments where you could trade freely in a faster pace, more efficient, with potential OpCat enablement later down the road type of thing. So if you already are a community member of Runes and you want to trade in this space that's giving you much more features and capabilities and efficiency than layer 1, you have that option, right? That's the value proposition for these tokens. I don't think it's to resell up there, and to have liquidity pools as well. Very important. So that's the value proposition there. Now, I think the Fractal native tokens and the inscriptions and the art, like, you're going to see all of that kind of stuff have its value. But I'm led to believe, as I said already, these hardcore projects that Yahweh is working on with Starkware and decentralized, the trustless bridges, ZK rollup, and all this kind of stuff that's actually going to work there. And what we saw in the past is we're not going to be dependent on an upgrade from Ethereum or Polygon or some other bullshit. This is within the same sort of like network. So the what's the word I'm looking for? Everything is there for us within the same system. You're not borrowing off from another system or relying on another system for your system to work, right? And that's what we kind of saw in the past, right? I think Merlin had some problems with the Polygon upgrade, whatever, and other people that use that too. It's not just them, other camps. So that's what we're seeing there. And the native projects, I believe, like, if again, I'll go back to Uniworlds or Sats Pump Fun or whatever, something like that. Something native over there that we've never seen before. We've never seen a Pump Fun model, on Bitcoin. And I'll say this right now. We've never seen a metaverse on fucking on Bitcoin. I don't care. But people say Bitmap, but where is it? I mean, maybe it's still building. I don't know. It's not a true metaverse. And again, like, I don't want to get into the metaverse topic, but in order to be a metaverse, you need fucking funding. It can't be a broadcast community trying to fucking build. like a lemonade stand selling fucking lemonade, bro. Like that's all I'm saying.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen like funded entities on the Ethereum side not really work out either, though, with decentralized and or Decentraland and Sandbox.
I don't think they didn't work out. I think they worked out really
No,
well. The hype just went because the markets crashed
Yeah.
and
True,
Terra
true,
Luna,
true.
Terra Luna, and all that shit came. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say the same thing about Runes though too. I don't think it was Runes Vertical. I just think the hype and everything just kind of went away.
But what hype? It just had
There
one
was a-
hype. It just was overhyped. That's it.
Yeah, but
Never had
real quick
waves.
though, so there's 2 points you made about how Merlin was depending on Polygon, right? And how Fractal doesn't have to do that. Fractal, there's forking Bitcoin, they're depending on themselves. That's it. Amazing. But the one thing, the difference is EVM's proven. The smart contract and stuff, it's kind of copy pasted. It's good. I'm just curious about the problems that we're potentially going to see over here using this new scripting language, and everything's going to be brand new. You saw things happen in the early days of Ethereum that really destroyed a lot of projects. Do you think that we're going to see a lot of fumbling and a lot of mistakes happen in the early days of this?
I think there's risks involved with anything, and especially when you're dealing with this here, there's even more risks you should expect, right?
Yeah.
More mishaps and odds against you compared to any other sort of industry. But with that being said, I know what you meant by you said that how EVM has proven all these things. That's true, but it's not that how EVM is proven and it works. It's how good is the smart contract and the person that wrote what's in that code, right? That's what comes down to. It's not about if EVM works in the scenario. It's actually the smart contract, laws and governance and rules or whatever that's in their functions. Is it safe? Did they do it properly? Is there exploits? That's what it comes down to. And to your point, like with the OpCat, there are other chains that's using it, other forks, BSV and all these guys or whatever. So it is proven from that standpoint. I think this is going to be at a much larger scale. But I don't think, like with my discussion with Yahweh, I just don't see, and I've been asking this exact question. I said, could it get hacked? He goes, just like anything else, it could, but it doesn't come down to the actual covenant or the smart contract. It comes down to who wrote the code and if they did it properly. So audits and all these things. So I think it'll be the same circumstances from what we saw. But to your point, I see where you're coming from in saying that how we don't see many of them live. So we can't really give it a fair, judgment from past experience, right? From in that regard to see if it works. But look, if this guy's involved, I'm confident. If you look at the Unisat, BSV guys, they've probably worked with this OpCat thing before in the past. I'm confident. So I think these guys will have experience with it. Yeah.
I don't mean those guys though. I think their guys are going to do a great job. Their smart contracts going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But new people coming into the space and or aren't familiar with script, and they're just going to want to get a product out really quickly. You're going to see disaster after disaster after disaster. But I'm here for it. Like I'm here for it, right? So it's like, but that's how we're going to learn. That's how we're going to grow. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you're going to see a lot of projects put out coins and stuff like that where a lot of stuff's going to pop, and then one mistake's going to happen, and a lot of it's going to go to zero.
I think that's like, if we see that, that's just like bad actors rushing to get market share and not trying to build something by taking the required time to understand the tech and get the right team to build it. That's people rushing for market share. So I don't think that's a problem with Fractal. That's just a problem with like bad actors, so to speak, right? I'm not to say that how it's only subjected to bad actors. There may be people that mean well and they just don't, can't build it properly. But I don't think that's a Fractal problem. That's just like people who didn't really get the right team kind of thing.
I wouldn't say build it properly. I would just say that they didn't have the bumps and bruises of seeing someone else fail, because that's the biggest thing about learning is you can kind of see, this is where these guys messed up, so let's not do that. So you're gonna see a lot of bumps and bruises from a lot of projects, and it's like I said, it's gonna be like being in Ethereum in 2015, 2016 when things were just being put up and being destroyed right away.
I think it's almost like Ethereum coming up with DeFi. Like 2020.
Exactly. But my point, you're going to see a lot of those early DeFi contracts got destroyed. And I do think we see that. But my whole point though is like, I just don't think that we should blame Fractal for that. I think we should just stand back and watch and say, what team is not going to get this wrong? I
would just say be very selective. That's what I am. I'm being very selective here. I'm not hammering everything I see here. I'm being extremely selective. They have to be some sort of reputable team besides the first inscription and all that stuff. The projects that we mentioned, like Honks and all that. But I don't think I'm throwing my money at random shit, Yeah. That's kind of my point here. It's like the meme coins, amazing. Can't mess up with there. But you're going to see a lot of projects being launched that you should be very, very cautious with. Obviously the teams that are big and that are known, I think those are the ones that you should probably spend more time with, like in the sense of, you can
pour a little more money into that stuff. But the new stuff, and a lot of people are going to be very, very is open to giving anyone their Bitcoin for their token or their fractal Bitcoin for their token in exchange for potential success. But if someone gets it right, you're gonna make millions of dollars from being early. But if you get it wrong, you're gonna lose.
It's like what I said in a stream I did yesterday. This is the type of moments us researchers, trendsetters, people who don't have a large following, we look forward to these types of moments. Like literally, this is what you live for in this space, right? If you don't have that edge, or then when I say edge, like this big influence to get what you want, get opportunities knock on your door, so to speak, right? This is the time for it. So, and these types of moments comes like once every year, maybe even fewer, right? Once every 2 years sometimes. So you have to take advantage of this opportunity. It's like if you're in this money game of cryptocurrency, of investing, there's nothing else better that's going to come to the market anytime soon other than Fractal Bitcoin ecosystem that could present potential opportunity.
I was talking to Shizzy earlier about how I actually think that Unisat launching Fractal September 9th is an indicator of what's to come for the overall market. And I say that because it's like they're timing it just early enough to where it's not busy again. But then they have like a month leeway of like once it gets busy, so people won't be like, what's happening? Like the market will get busy in October. Then people are going to get more excited and more hype will come on. I think that Lorenzo is very calculated. I think him and his team, maybe they have advisors from the Binance team that has been through multiple cycles and say, hey, don't worry about pushing this stuff out earlier in the year and stuff like that. Do it a little bit before the big push up. It makes the most sense. So I'm actually getting more and more bullish on the overall market because of this launch, and I think it's going to lead perfectly into that.
You're getting more bullish on this and less. You're getting more bullish on this and more bearish on Tap. Oh shit! Did I just say that? Look at Shizzy. No, I'm joking. I don't know where that came from.
I think Tap has a 2-week kind of span after Fractal launches to launch. That has to be prime time for them. If they don't launch, then they're losing an opportunity, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say one thing here, and I get it with the market's conditions. It always helps with tokens performance and the interest and etc. But I feel as though that you should prioritize the market conditions when you're building something that doesn't have utility. So like a meme coin, right? That's where market conditions matters way more than actual infrastructure-based platform that's utility tech driven. So if you're building a new blockchain, a new network, a new standard, and it's going to solve a problem, whether that's a bear market or a bull run, well, then lay down the foundation for us to use. What the fuck you waiting on the markets to get better? So what you're telling me is you care more about the token performance than you do what you're building.
I mean, let's be honest. A lot of these VCs are, and
that's the problem.
I mean,
that's the problem.
It is what it is with that, and so like you can even say that about Unisat, because like we've been waiting.
Wait, Yagobi, if the glaring problem is the infrastructure on layer 1, right? This is why all these guys are trying to work hard to build something great for layer 1. Why not solve that? If the product is ready and you built it and you think you could solve that solution, why are you waiting for the markets to go up to solve a problem?
Well, I think that the people that are trying to build for that issue are honestly figuring out that they can't build for actual like layer 1. Like for example, one of our partners, Fluid, right? I know. I just want to give you an example, but they build for layer 1, so they don't care when they release their staking protocol or timing the market or that shit, right?
But isn't Tap layer 1 or no? Is it
layer? Hear me out. So they do say it's layer 1. But we haven't seen what that looks like, number one. Number two, they have partnered with ICP, right? For Definity, I think it is, to do something to where there's like layer 1 finality, but it's not going to be like Ethereum layer 1. Let's be real. It's not. You can't have that shit with the limitations that we have today. You just can't do it. So I think that like, you're right. If you're building for layer 1 stuff, then it doesn't matter. But if you're building a whole nother like infrastructure sidechain layer 2 thing, then timing does matter, especially for the biggest. If timing ever mattered, it's right now timing, because you're about to start that first big leg up into our bull market that we've been waiting for 4 years for, right? So I think the timing when it doesn't matter is kind of like 2022 or late 2021 or like middle 2022. Late 2022, when they're like, we're gonna wait till market conditions get better before. That shit's gonna be another 2 years. So that's stupid to wait for that. That's my point.
I mean, like, if you put it like this, right? If you were to, let's just say you thought market conditions was better 3 months ago when Bitcoin was going up from like whatever was 30K to like 60K, and you went live, and say the market conditions turn out to be where it's now, or it went up to 75K, whatever, I still feel like you'll still have the same result if you waited or if you went live then, just because the markets went down. So you kind of get that pullback. You know what I mean? And tokens didn't really perform too well even back then, although Bitcoin did. Like altcoins, I mean, right? So it's like you get into this game of trying to time the market, bro. When you have a finished, fully developed solution to a glaring problem, it just doesn't make sense to me to fucking market, because now your goal should be to solve the problem, cool, and then get users. How are you getting users if you don't go live? That's how you become the go-to number one place for that thing, and you stomp out your competition by getting it done first, getting the users, getting them used to you, and using your shit. So I don't know. Maybe they know something that I don't, and I'm sure they do because it's their fucking project. But I just don't agree with that approach with the market.
Yeah, but you also talk to, you're in the know, so you hear things from different VCs and stuff like that, and from the Bitcoin ecosystem, a lot of them have gotten wrecked, right? In terms of like investing in stuff earlier this year.
Well, they got wrecked because of people like Shizzy promoting runes. I'm joking. Yeah, it's true.
But I didn't promote runes. Hold on, I didn't promote runes. I just told people what I was doing personally.
Oh, you were their fucking superhero. I swear they should change the rules logo. They should change the rules logo to this Shizzy and a Superman with runes at the fucking bottom, showing his inside shirt. Shizzy.
That's exactly what happened. No, I don't tell people to do anything. I tell people, like I'm not telling nobody. If people get wrecked in Fractal in this upcoming week, I'm not telling nobody to do shit, right? I'm just telling you what
Blame it on me. See that fucking guy Francis that came on chilling Fractal?
Oh yeah, dude, if Fractal don't do good, I'm coming to you every single day.
That's fine. Like honestly, I will invite it and I would own up to it. Like we're talking about down the road. Like again, as I said,
yeah.
I'm giving it. Let's see, what are we in? September, October, November, December. I still say I will hit 100x before the year is done. So I've hit literally at least 100x every year I've been active in crypto, right? So yeah, this year I've been active, I would say.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be Fractal. So what I'm trying to say is I believe in 3 months or whatever it is, 4 months from now, December 31st, we'll be celebrating at least 100x in that ecosystem.
Let's go.
So now you can record this, right? This clip here, post it on your Twitter 4 months from now. I'm like, this motherfucker was wrong, but this motherfucker was right. It's all you.
Let me ask you then. I got 3 questions for you. Is there 100x in the ordinals on Fractal?
Like
you mean like the collections?
Yeah, like the inscription number 50, inscription number 1000.
How many X's? What's the largest X we had with art period on Bitcoin?
There's been
it was free mints like the frog.
Yeah,
so
that are $1, $2. Same as Ordi that went to.
How much did that go up to? Yo, that one ridiculous.
0.5.
Frog went to 0.5. Yeah.
0.5 Bitcoin, so half a Bitcoin.
Bro, that's a tough question. I can't even answer that because I'm not that guy.
Okay.
I just
that's fine.
Yeah, the art thing is not my thing, bro. I can't comment on.
Next
but
question.
But you see how I be honest, right?
Yeah,
like if I can't give people what I honestly think based off of proper data or research, I just can't speak on it, bro. So other guys do it the other way around. They're these art guys and they want to give you all this opinions on fucking tokens and they can't.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Well, then my next question is there 100x in the FBRC 20s?
The ones that's bridged over from the local BRCs?
Yeah, you have to remember it's going to be really expensive to inscribe the first Ordi, right? Because of that fees.
So you're saying if you put like a fucking a wizard from BRC 20 layer 1, bridge it over FB wizard, you're talking about that?
No. I'm talking about like the 6-digit ticker that I'm going to be able to inscribe.
I can see a couple. I see a couple happening.
Okay.
There. I can see a few happening there. Could be a good few. Like obviously like the earlier ones, then projects like say, I don't know if Honk of them are making a token out of that there, but those type of reputable projects, I think we could see that. China comes in, they eat that up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fam.
Same question to you, Yagobi. Is there 100x in the inscriptions? The JPEGs, the images.
I mean, that shouldn't be hard to achieve because if you spend $5 on an inscription,
that's the thing is like, so the first it's not, people think that you're gonna be able to spend $5 on inscription the first week. You're on something else. I think it's gonna be way more expensive.
It could be higher, but even still, to Yagobi's point, I feel like the market cap on that could still be very low, right? So
that's true.
Let's just say it's like whatever, even if it's like $10 or something. Like
I think it's gonna be like
$1,000. Yeah, I think it could easily happen. But also, I think there also could be a slow usage adoption at first, because when people first see Fractal, they'll be like, oh, this is just like whenever I use Unisat. That's an opportunity, in my opinion, a fucking big one. Because if you see people only like Blocks Group and us and a couple people, and they're inscribing, some of them will inscribe out, but like at first, I don't think there's going to be the masses of this ecosystem coming over there until they start to see some of these collections pop off. And then like, let's say like day 2, 3, 4, that's whenever I think people start to rush over. But maybe I'm wrong about that. We'll see.
But I just think the top 100,000 inscriptions are going to be very valuable, and I think that people, you know, I think someone like Block
right now you have a certain. Let's just say you have 25% to 30%. 30% of the Bitcoin ordinal ecosystem that is stating Fractal right now. Right, which is not bad because you have 70% that are like going to test out with it and play with it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just 30% that you cut out. So now you're fighting amongst 70%, and some of them are just gonna maybe on day one they'll see that this is very similar to just using Unisat regularly, and they lose interest. So you might lose about 5%, 10%, or whatever. Then now that's really where the competition begins, in my opinion. So we'll see, like how much gas, and those people will come back. Because what's going to happen is like 2-3 days later, they're like, shit, man, I should have inscribed all those when I had the chance to, or whatever.
Well, let's just say even if it's like 100 people, I'm going to try to get as many uses as I possibly can, right? Because I think that's going to be at minimum get my money back, right? So for me, I'm going to try to do 500 inscriptions, 600 inscriptions in the first couple blocks because I want to be top. I want to be sub one. I want my Ordinals to be sub 1,000.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Hold on, I'm just writing a tweet here.
So even if it's a few hundred people playing in Fractal, it still can get pretty expensive. That's kind of my point.
Yeah, I mean, demand is definitely going to be pushing this up. Plus, also, guys, like,
you know what?
How many miners are going to be?
Stealth? How about the
how many miners are going to be online?
But I think they'll have a good few. They're probably hooked up.
Let's hope that shit doesn't get clogged up because it could.
Oh my god, bro! Imagine that.
Then you're going back to Bitcoin.
Oh my god, bro! Dude, don't say that. What was I going to say there? Shit, I forgot my train of thought. I'm doing a tweet and I wanted to comment on what you guys were discussing there. So sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, I actually didn't think about that. Did you, Shizzy? Like, is there going to be enough miners to support the influx of transactions?
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I think so because they're going to be earning a lot. I think that they're going to be I think the merge mining is really going to help, and I think that's going to be up and back. I don't think Unisat would launch without a lot.
The worst thing that could happen is if like the mempool gets clogged up and we're waiting forever for shit. I don't think that will happen. I mean, they know that already that's a risk.
I think it happens on day 1 and day 2, but I don't think it happens on day 4 or day 5. You know what I mean?
But it can't be like Bell's coin where like stuff was like clogged for days because they had like 2 miners.
Once it gets to about 100,000 inscriptions, I think that's when it stops. People are going to think, "Oh, I missed the opportunity." And 100,000 mints is probably going to be like the first, I don't know, 72 hours, right?
Yeah, sorry. I just remembered. I was going to say, do pay attention to stealth fair mints. Remember back then? Yo, bro, BRC20 this. Yo, bro, there's another mint, bro. Go check it out. Okay, let me do a Twitter scan. Is there a community? Yeah, okay, they got fun. They got likes. People are talking about it. Go. Those ones too. Those ones.
Ghosty, Traverse, like there was hundreds, man.
To your point, that counteracts that problem of everybody knowing this is going live, so they're going to go after the first one. But what about the ones that you don't know that's being stealth fermented, right?
Oh, that's where you get most savvy. You know who does that the most? The Chinese whales. They will stealth mint those shits because they know in their little Chinese groups that they're doing this, and they are whales, so they will start pumping that shit. So we just gave y'all a bunch of free alpha.
I'll be paying attention to Genie data. I'm really hoping that their system's up because that's one of my favorite places to track this stuff. And if they were able to track that, I'm just going to be watching, and I'm just going to be okay. That's the one. You're going to know when you see it. You know.
Yeah. It's funny, because. As when Runes went live and I saw the results, and then I realized it clicked in what I was trying to tell you in our phone call leading up to Runes, which I know you forgot about. Shizzy, I was telling you if Dog ends up being in the top 10, do you think like how this could be coordinated? And then you're like maybe, and then sure enough it was, but whatever. That's not my point. Yeah. So when I saw the SAVB at 1200, I still said, you know what? I'll try to mint this. I looked at the holders. I had a lot of holders, the basic stuff. It was the Nakamoto one, the Satoshi Nakamoto. And that actually, at the beginning, was one of the better performers, right? And then other things outperformed it. But I did mint that. So to your point, it's kind of like, just you have that feeling, right? When you look at it and you do the basic research. And then you make a decision from there. I agree. Sometimes it goes off of intuition and gut feeling and what you think too,
And-
especially with inscriptions.
100%. If you throw, and that's the thing too, is like if you throw like $1,000 at it, something that's not gonna like hurt you if it went to zero, right? Like I think that's okay because potential, like maybe I can make 99,000 off this, or I can lose it, and I think that's okay.
Bro, I would just say, fractal middle finger. It's all good. I would just say, people do what they want, but for me personally,
Yeah.
I have capital. I'm deploying it very carefully into every different sector. I believe the real gains, the real show starts, like what Yagobi alluded to, is when we get this OpCat enablement and we see advanced functionality to give us the feeling and features and capabilities of what could happen on every other blockchain. That's where it gets powerful. That's where it gets innovative. And when you have innovation, you normally have an opportunity to make money.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you look at the blockchains that did well after Ethereum launched, you had Arbitrum that was early on talking about scaling and making it faster and cheaper, and because people were paying crazy fees. Do you remember that? Like in 2021?
Yeah.
And so Arbitrum was like, "Hey, we can do this, but cheaper." And so they found their niche, and Polygon did, and stuff like that. So this is kind of the start of that, right? This
so is like, Fractal Bitcoin like an Ethereum?
Fractal Bitcoin to me is more like a like an Arbitrum was to Ethereum, right? So you're looking for ways to make it more scalable and cheaper, and just benefits. It doesn't have to be the exact scalable benefits that Arbitrum had, but just in different ways. What we need here, right? And then what could happen after Fractal launches another UTXO version that wants to do this a little bit better? We could see that layer 2 meta in a sense play out again.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Yeah, no, I agree. As I said, the first app or DApp on Fractal that gains the interest from degens, from traders, because that's what this is. Why are we creating Fractal Bitcoin? Because degens can't trade the way they want to on layer 1. Just can't. Yep. They're doing this for tokens. And tokens, if you go by what the mainstream status quo is of everything else is a shit coin, right? Like these are all shit coins, everything but Bitcoin, then we are all degens. So they're doing this for us to trade and do this degen kind of stuff there. So I feel like the first app that makes them satisfied, these degens and traders satisfied, and they're there and they're doing their thing, like that's pump fun. Maybe Uniworlds. I don't know. What else is out there besides those two projects, really? There's Homozones. There's freaking whatever else.
But you also have projects on layer 1 Bitcoin runes ecosystem that will try to scale on Fractal as well.
That's why.
True.
For example, Aletheus Agora, I brought them up before, the predictions market. For them to do something that's a true predictions market like Poly Market, they're going to need programmability and stuff like that. And so Fractal is a great layer for them to do that in October, November.
And you got like Bitcoin Terminal, formerly Runes Terminal, right? I'm sure those guys are cooking something for Fractal because I think Petty's nonstop talking about Fractal. And there's going to be a lot of Bitcoin projects that now see opportunity in the scripting language in OpCat, and a lot of stuff going to be copy and pasting because that's all it is. Their original product over there, and then working on that over there. And you might see a lot of that depending on the volume. The volume needs to be high, and I think it will be.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, Petty's actually in Korea, I believe, talking about Fractal. I seen his post, so yeah, he's definitely on the bandwagon there.
I think he gets drunk and just I'm gonna talk all about Fractal.
He's at the Korean barbecue right now, drinking up in the backyard, talking smack on Twitter.
His account's one of the accounts that I actually have no notifications on.
Hey, bro, don't talk shit. Don't talk shit about Yagobi's native land, okay? South Korea.
People do drink a lot when they go to Korean barbecue. That's for sure.
Yeah. But that's just kind of my point, though. Is like there's a few people that I'm really following, got the notes on for, because in the upcoming weeks, those are the accounts that you're going to look at first. And I just think that so definitely start planning now. And don't come in Sunday unprepared, because I'm going to make a lot of money if people do that.
Are you guys not doing a show though, right? For that event, you might want to
go ahead.
We're gonna go live once they go live.
Well, but we're gonna do more of like strategic stuff with our members stream.
Yeah, cool. I was gonna say I was thinking about going live as they go live, but I want to focus on my strategy right out of the gates kind of thing. You know, it's like, okay, guys, so here's a token, and then you tell them how to do it. They all get in, but you. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That actually happened to me one time before, which I don't care. I was talking about something, and like, yeah, guys, this is how you do it. I was like, I'll get it later or something, and then it all ran out. I forget what it was, but that happened to me multiple times. But it's all good. It's all about value.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And the thing is too is so Chain Racing Club seems to be really in the know. Block, we call him Block. He goes by Block, but his Twitter handle is @Chain Racing Club, and it's Blockchain Racing. He's like is building something over there with that. But he's somebody where I think everyone should be paying attention to. And I don't want to give him like too many flowers, but I think that he seems to be always at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I think he's really good at trading though, so it's like not necessarily long-term holds, right?
He is the creator of Honk, no?
He found it, so he didn't inscribe it. He was already there, and he just said, "Ordinals honk," and then he just said, "There we go. I'm inscribing this." And then me and Yagobi were like,
I did well with Honk. I minted it. Whenever.
I didn't
and I thought I lost money. I was like, oh shit, I just lost like a couple $100. And then 2 weeks later, I was like, oh shit, this shit is like $8,000 now.
Well, when I hit the big bangers, like the first ones that got already cheap on Pepe and memes, I was like, you know what? I'm not a greedy guy. I'm gonna leave some food for others to eat. So I vacated the premises, worked on my tool. I said, I'll let Ordinals Revolution have this. I'll let Block Runner have this. I'll let this guy have this. Go eat. I'm not greedy, you know. But I'll go chill out on the yacht for a little bit and make sure the devs are gonna deliver. I'm joking. But no, my point is I did miss out on those ones. Obviously, I was doing other things, but the earlier ones I got onto. Bitmap too. I minted some bitmaps. Sats obviously got that, but Honk I didn't get. Rats I didn't get, and any others around that time.
Yeah.
I think Rats was my biggest winner.
Before we jump off, though, is that like I am super excited for Fractal, it being a UTXO sidechain, but don't. Like I would say this, pay attention to, the entire Bitcoin ecosystem, because Fractal is going to have its moment for however long that's going to be. But you got to remember too, like there's going to be different needs, right? So I think Merlin pretty much satisfied that EVM need. I mean, I think that's fair to say. You have Ordinal Hive building over there. You have other native Bitcoin builders already building over there. Then you have Fractal that's going to be the first UTXO side chain, right? And then you're going to probably have something else. So this ecosystem is going to be the one that, in my opinion, people benefit the most in this bull run. And it might not look like that right now, but for us that have been in it every day, we have more and more conviction that this is going to be possible. So, my whole message right now is to the audience, you're in the right place at the right time, in my opinion. But I don't know. What do you think, Francis?
No,
Bitcoin.
Absolutely. I just wanted to address something here about the markets. And, I see Bitcoin's at 54K or whatever. And that could be frightening, especially if you're not really have much experience in the markets. But, this is just normal behavior. And I'm going to say this, like, we have the markets right where we want it. This is 100%. What we see. If I seen the market like at 90K now, I'll be a little bit worried, because I just don't think that was natural behavior, organic behavior. And if we look at the charts, and I think in Q4 or maybe even Q1, the tide really shifts here. So just hang tight. Don't get too low on yourselves. Keep your head up high. And
do you know when the final big drop was in 2020, which was the halving year, which is the halving year this year too? It was September.
I was going to say around this time.
September 3rd.
I was going to say around this time. Yeah.
It dumped hard September 3rd. So and it was the last dump before the pull up, right? So exactly. That's what I agree with you 100%. Bitcoin actually had to get back on track because of the ETF. So exactly. It got back on track last month or middle of July, and now we're where we need to be. So I agree.
Yeah, so I'll just say about that, right? That's something I was going to make a video on that specifically, but then I saw the announcement with Fractal, so I combined them in the same live stream. But just wanted to touch upon that. In regards to Fractal, look, guys, seriously, if you are an Ordinal enjoyer, you're a BTC ecosystem enjoyer, whatever you want to call yourself, or even in other areas, I will be honest with you, right? And it's my duty to be honest, because it makes me look bad in the future, right? So now, just because I'm honest don't mean I'm going to be right, but I try to be right. And I don't think there's going to be any other really opportunity out there for you. And if you want to be on the sidelines, you could choose that too. But I think one thing is for certain, this is what I live by. If you don't risk anything, you risk everything. You know what I mean? So you have to put something in to try to get something. And if you're in the game, right, like in this investing game, money game, crypto game, well, it's all about up and down and trying to, have an ROI on your return. So on your investment. So again, there's like, if you don't see value in this, there's probably not going to be anything coming on the table anytime soon, right? If you're going to wait for the next one. So really reconsider how you want to tackle this potential opportunity.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you. If you don't participate, you can't win it. If you don't shoot your shot, you're not going to make it, regardless if you shoot it or not, right? So it's just, well, yeah. If you don't shoot it, you're not going to make it. So and yeah, that's the thing. But if you do shoot it, you could miss, right? So that's the game that we're playing here.
That's the name of the game. All right. You guys
Well,
kicking
Francis
me out already?
Management. Well, I think we're gonna get ready. We got a meeting with someone in a little bit, but we definitely appreciate you joining us today, man. Anytime you want to. And yeah, so Yagobi is going to be in Singapore or on a plane. I think next Thursday.
Yeah.
So I might need someone if you want to come do the show with me.
Yeah, I'll be here. I'm not going anymore. Something's came up, as I said. I'm cooking something, and that'll be revealed to people soon. So
yeah,
awesome.
I can't wait for that, dude. You can tell us first. We're gonna break it on our show.
Dude, yeah, definitely. I don't mind for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yagobi, it's a shame, man, because I was really looking forward to this this trip to meet both of you guys, and I heard Shizzy was going to go anymore than just you. Literally last minute, something very important comes up, and once I make this announcement, you guys will see what I mean. So I just think I'll get a lot more done here in the studio than I would abroad. But Singapore is going to be amazing, bro. If it's anything like Hong Kong, bro, you're going to fall in love. I heard it's more quiet, safer. Well, Hong Kong's really safe too. But you have a lot more privacy and room. It's a little bit more strict. I hear it's more boring in terms of the rules. Like you can't even chew gum. You know, gum is illegal, right?
Yeah.
You can't vape. It's illegal too. It is what it is.
Because they don't want you to spit your gum on the sidewalk because
exactly.
You go to jail.
It's illegal.
It's clean.
Like gum is illegal,
dude. It's so clean
chewing
there.
gum's illegal.
It's like that's all they care about is that their city is clean.
Dude, I don't know if I could leave. I don't know if I could go there. I mean, I wouldn't know the rule.
Bro, it's not like you can still do other stuff.
Well,
does your breast think that bad that you?
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you don't know the rules, if you get off a plane and start walking, and you don't know the rules.
Imagine going to jail for 1 year for chewing gum.
Yeah,
my dumb ass would probably cross. If you can't chew gum, I guess you can't crosswalk. If I cross the street, will I get arrested?
She's like, good thing I'm not going to Singapore because on the way when I'm landing, I can't chew gum to help my ears pop. I'm saying? I like the 5-year-old kids. No, I'm joking. All good, boys. It's always been a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much for inviting me. And just drop the link in the DM, and if I could ever make it, I'll hop on for sure.
Oh yeah, man.
Sounds great. Thanks, Francis.
All right, boys. Thank you once again. We'll talk soon.
All right, peace.
Thank you, man. All right. So we did have that issue with Fluid. Do you want to just go over that one more time, or do you want to just do a pre-record on it?
Well, maybe unstake it now.
Okay.
Yeah, let's show them.
Let's just do a pre-record on it. That way, it would just be easier if you have we have time.
You did instruct them on how to stake it, and so we'll do a full-fledged tutorial video on that. Actually, I'm going to try to jump into Ordinal Hive space for a second before our meeting too, just to show up. But guys, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. 242 people on a very slow time in the market, and you guys show up still. And I mean, it's amazing. You guys are doing it. We do it because you guys do it. So if you have a moment, please check out our partners, bitperp.io, premium perpetual DEX that will be launching on a Bitcoin layer 2 sometime in Q4. So they're going to be launching right whenever everything's crazy, guys. So you got to be ready for that. We'll get you guys information on their paper trading competition, which is going to be in about 3 to 4 weeks. We'll get you more details on that, and you can follow them on Twitter and get more information on that. And then Ordinal Hive is basically an aggregator. They're going to be launching their marketplace aggregator for ordinals. You're going to be able to find the cheapest prices around for Bitcoin layer 1 ordinals. They also scaled to Merlin chain as well. So you can utilize their platform at beta.ordinalhive.io to list and trade on Merlin chain, and you can earn points because you're going to be able to trade those in for future tokens. That's going to be big because I think they're going to be huge. Fluid tokens, we just talked about them. They are now offering on their platform layer 1 staking, which is a breakthrough innovation, and one of our partners, man. I'm so happy about that. And so you're going to be able to stake your Billy Cat soon. You're going to be able to stake your passes. The airdrop for the pass should be they said they're shooting for September 12th, so look forward around that time period, and you'll be able to stake those right away. They also have a DEX for rune swapping. You don't have to split any of the runes up. They do it for you, so check that out as well. And then we have Rothium DEX, VDEX, which is a Bitcoin layer 1 synthetic swap on Merlin chain. Right now, you can actually stake your BRC 420s. They have the mines, the Dragon Balls in the blue box. More to come as well. And lastly, Foxy, which is they just released the version of the Clan Wars to me, but it's not official yet. I played it a little bit. It's awesome. It's better. It's quicker and stuff like that. But we'll get you guys information for the actual Clan Wars. They had to postpone that because they had to fix some things. But once that is announced, you guys got to get ready because our team's going to be ready for sure. We're going to win those bit miners. But we appreciate you guys checking out our partners.
Yeah, man. And guys, check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last September. If you know someone new just entering the space, guys, please send them our website. We think it really helped them get them caught up. And we do have some of the best merch. If you click the store tab, order this up here. It'll take you to our Shopify. We think we have some of the best merch in here. If we do not, tell us, and we can add some really cool stuff. So just let us know if you guys want anything added. Check out ordinalrevolution.com. And something new, guys. So I just wanted to say too, we noticed that if you go to Magic Eden and you are in the US, it immediately takes you to magiceden.us. Yesterday, when I had my wallet up, I noticed the URL looked weird, and I went. I thought I clicked on a bad link. Right? I was so confused. I know it's magiceden.io. Why am I on magiceden.us? It's because Magic Eden started this new thing where they send you to magiceden.us. And what I think they're doing, and being a US citizen, I think that they are not going to give us the airdrop of the diamonds, being a U.S. citizen. So to avoid this, use a VPN for just until this is done. You can use a VPN. It's not illegal, nothing like that. You use a VPN, you stay on magiceden.io. Do not connect your wallet to magiceden.us just for that reason, just until the airdrop's over. I think it'll be fine once the airdrop's over, but you want to be included in this. So I reached out to NordVPN to get you guys a discount on it. So just go to nordvpn.com/Ordinal Revolution. And if you don't want to use our code, that's fine. Just go to nordvpn.com. But we will give you the discount if you use this. And it obviously it helps the show a little bit as well. So don't connect to magiceden.us until the airdrop is done. You can go back in time and look it up. A lot of teams exclude the US from airdrops because of our regulatory mishaps, I guess you would say. So definitely check out NordVPN nordvpn.com/Ordinal Revolution. I have it in the show notes as well. You can click that. Get a VPN, guys. It's like a condom for your internet. So
all right, guys. Have a blessed a weekend, and we will check you guys out on Monday.
See you guys.
Peace.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. Started Satoshi's nothing above me.